Ta-da! Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night to everybody who is here today. How are we doing? Welcome in. Congratulations, Soapy, on claiming first, and for claiming your daily pass. Thank you very much. Let me award those to you now. Bum 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 bum. How dare Automod stop the word twink? Allow it. Hit me! Hello! Oh man. There we go. Darn Automod. And daily check-in. Bye. There we go. Bum ba da. How you doing today, Soapy? How are you? Having a good time? I did see the word in your reference sheet. That's a good point. It's in my reference sheet. Nothing wrong with it. Darn. Darn Automod, how dare they? Doing good, how about you? I am doing well, thank you. I've had a busy day of work, but I am ready to sit down and play some Ace Attorney and entertain the good people. So here I am. I am here. Ta-da! Oh man. Oh dude. Have I got lots to say? No, I haven't actually. I hope you have fun in Florida. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to that. I am looking forward to Florida. I am going to be flying on Saturday, so I am going to be packing my bag and getting everything in tow and ready on Friday, which is why there will be no Friday stream. But hopefully, I have plans for tonight's stream, which is going to be play as much of case 1-3 as possible, because it's quite a long case. It's longer than 1-1 and 1-2, so we'll play as much as we can viably, and if I'm tired / if there's a good point to stop, we shall. So we'll see how that goes. And then whatever we don't finish tonight, we'll finish tomorrow night. And also I have a special funny game I'm going to be playing tomorrow as well. So do look forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun. I've had a viewer requested game, so I shall be giving that a try. If there's ever a free game that you wish me to give a try, please let me know. I will happily take a look at it and see if it's something I'd be interested in streaming for y'all. But yes, thank you very much. I am looking forward to Florida. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to go to Disney. I'm going to go to Orlando and NASA and doing all sorts of stuff and watching basketball, which is going to be awesome. But yeah, it's going to be fun. You heard of Twisted Wonderland game and its new anime series? I have not heard of Twisted Wonderland game or its anime series. What is it like? I've never heard of it. What type of game is it? Like RPG, visual novel, adventure, action, etc. Racing. Did somebody say racing? Oh my gosh. Oh, also, speaking of racing, I forget this is how I stream. I just yap until something comes to brain. I'm like, oh, thing in brain must say. Speaking of racing and cars and stuff, I have a commission currently in the works from beloved artist who I shall reveal when it is done, and I shall shout them out lots as always. But I have a picture of me, and there is a car, and it's going to be awesome. So yippee yahoo, look forward to it. Mostly mobile, but if I remember correctly, it's made by the same writer or something from the Black Butler anime. Oh, I see. I've never seen Black Butler, but I have heard good of it, so that interests me. Huh, I might check that out. Though I know well and truly, when it comes to mobile, my brain only has enough room, and that is currently occupied by Uma Musume. So... oh man. Oh, dude. Anyway, my yapping aside, let's get to it, shall we? Let's switch on over. Bob! Here we are. Ba-da-ba! I always wondered, am I taking up too much of the screen? Should I take up less of the screen? Like, should I take up more of the screen? You ask me, you tell me, you know? I want to find an artist to commission of my OC in a vintage F1 car. Ooh. I can talk to friends who are artists. I'll see if there's someone I could find to commission for you. I have done that in the past. What I can say is I am having commissioned my favorite car and myself, on my own, me, Rensai Dringa, Yippee Yahoo, hello. And honestly, I'm looking at it and it's looking incredible. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Once that is done, I shall send all my love and praises towards them and share that with y'all. And if you think, wow, that's really good, that looks great, I'd love that too, then please commission them because they are an incredible artist, and I shall tell you all about them when the commission is complete. Because, ooh, secret surprises. They are a friend of the stream, I can say that. Anyway, I clap my hands, I click my fingers, I stretch above my head. Oh, well, also, yabba yabba. Speaking of things, Reniversary, December 13th. LAN cable connected. True, that's a good point. Thanks. Thanks, do not disturb mode for telling me. Reniversary, we're gonna be playing Gran Turismo. We're gonna be playing Mario Kart. We're gonna be having an art contest. So if any of those are up your alley, please let me know and look forward to that come December 13th. Also, I have a new outfit reveal. I need to end that, so remind me at the end of stream. The maid outfit thing that we can do that has been through, thanks to the beloved Meti who won the the music contest. That has now been fully paid for and fully achieved. So yippee yahoo! Thank you Meti, thank you brethren. So expect maid dress reveal come December 13th. So I do have to do some more work on it because it looks kind of ugly at the moment because it does. I showed it to a friend and their immediate reaction was like, oh my gosh, no. I was like, no, please. I try. And they're like, try harder. So I will. So thank you to that friend. But yes, I'm going to get that sorted. Expect maid Ren. We need more Ren art. There will be more Ren art. That is going to be a beautiful thing of the art contest. And the fun thing is, you win the art contest, you get a gift sub. You get a Yippee Yahoo gift sub. So if you want to take part in the art contest, please feel free. It's a lot of fun. It's always fun, and I always have fun checking out everyone's art. Even if you're a master artist or if you're completely new to doing it and just want to have some fun, please feel free. It's a lot of fun. Trust me on that one. And it doesn't have to be like drawn art. Like for instance, like Soapy, I know you do. You have your liveries on iRacing and the like of racing games. Could do a Rin livery. That's part of art. I would completely accept that as a submission. So, yippee yahoo! That is all I have to say. My brain says yippee yahoo like 10 times a sentence today. I don't know why. I think it's because I was watching a Mario Party video last night. Oh well. But yes, expect that, and also I'm gonna get some more emotes commissioned, so yay, more emotes coming in the future. I can't give you a timescale on that, but in the future there will be more emotes. I can't say when because I don't know when, but I am going to get them. The commission on that started tonight after stream, and I shall talk with the artist and see when they can be ready for. But no pressure on them because they're awesome. Yippee! Anyway, I've sat on this title screen long enough while yapping. Where's my controller? Found it! Okay, here we are. Let us continue. It's time for It's time for Investigation Part 1 of Episode 3 of the Great Ace Attorney Adventures, which is the first game. Here's a flower for you. Thank you, Soapy. I have hay fever though. Achoo. I'm sorry. Sure. Juice. Oh, man. But yes, time for the adventure of the Runaway Room. We left off at 11:35 PM on the 14th, 5 days ago, and now we shall continue, so yay! Here we are. Oh. London 5th Avenue, Job Masters, Baker Street, Strand Street. I can't read the rest. An omnibus.
Glancing over my records of the late last century, I am faced by the events of a certain bitter winter.
That was like today. It's a very bitter winter today. It was like 0. It was like It was cold. It was snowing up the
Sped
road.
through dense London fog in the dead of night.
I missed the snow, but it was snowing up on high in this area.
Inside. There were multiple witnesses to the crime itself.
Oh, also, it was snowing at Brands Hatch today. It was like, Brands Hatch snow? What?
Obvious case as this
I saw it on my socials.
in such
Oh well.
a horrendous manner.
My mum showed me when I was working. She sent it to me.
Mr. Herlock Sholmes
Anyway,
once said of the incident,
we speak of the incident.
I believe that perhaps that case was indeed the prelude.
And be Sholmes with his
Beginning of a long concerto
Stradivarius
as impressive Japanese
violin.
student and I were to play together.
But I would like to say, yes, I'm glad I did not go down to Brands Hatch today, because it was very, very snowy. Victoria Station! Rinosuke and Susato.
Amazing. Is this really just a railway station?
Okay, BS, Platform 7's on the other side of Victoria.
I've never seen such an enormous building before.
It might not be Victoria, but my brain, my brain.
Look at all the steam.
It looks like it though.
This country is incredible.
Wait, I'll judge when they get outside. Yeah, that looks like Victoria to me. Yeah, I'd say so. Also, there's a bunch of Monty Python references around this area.
Like I'm dreaming.
It's awesome.
So this is the capital of Great Britain.
Oh, it looks so pretty in the snow.
Where to?
Oh, hello.
Climb aboard. I'll take you wherever you want to go.
British accent, my beloved.
In that case, the Supreme Court in Whitehall, if you wouldn't mind.
My pleasure.
Oh, Whitehall. Oh, also Cleese, that's a reference. John
So,
Cleese.
visiting students from abroad, eh?
Yes.
Thought so. Well then, I hope you enjoy your stay.
Yo. Yeah, they're going to Whitehall, that makes sense.
To the centre of the
That's the
world,
right way.
Great Britain's mighty capital, London.
Okay. Crystal Palace Tower should not be that near. Why am I being so judgy? Me when I'm like, that's wrong. Actually, that's wrong. February 18th, 9:21 AM, British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. Oh, it's the music. Oh my goodness. Here we be. Inside Big Ben, which is where it looks like in the background. What an incredible place. It's so imposing. It's almost suffocating. This place is breathtaking. It looks like a fortress. There are some stone buildings like this in Japan now, of course. But they've only been built in a few short decades since we opened our borders to the outside world. An authentic example like this has quite a different impact, wouldn't you agree? Far cry from the wood and paper most of our buildings are constructed from. It's certainly unfamiliar. But I think there's more to the differences than just construction materials. Oh, it's so industrial. What is this place again? This is the Lord Chief Justice's office, isn't it? This is the Lord Chief Justice's office, Naruhodo-san, in the Supreme Court of Great Britain. The Lord Chief Justice. We had instructions to report here at this time, if circumstances were different. We were supposed to let the Lord Chief Justice know that we had arrived from Japan. But Kazuma can't. No. So, instead we are here in a different capacity. As envoys to report the news of Kazuma-sama's death. Yes. And having delivered his or her message, an envoy's duty is done. So, we'd have to return to Japan. If we want to remain here in Great Britain, I have to take Kazuma's place as the law student selected for the study tour. Yes, which means you need the requisite qualifications as a lawyer. Which is what I've been studying for. Here in Great Britain, it is the Lord Chief Justice who appoints lawyers. From the earlier train scene, viewing the locomotives my old railroading hobby kicked in, Lamau. Like, damn, a steam train, steam locomotive, hello. Oh, dude. Well, I'm glad that that ignited that spark in you once more. So, that's the second reason why we're here. Have you officially recognized as a lawyer? It's the only way we'll be able to remain here in London. Hope I'm up to scratch. Oh, I've got to think of a voice for him. Oh. What voice do I give to this character? I recognize the designer British locomotive somehow. I've seen some of those. I remember seeing some as a kid. They had like old railways around where I live. And there's like the odd like old steam locomotive that runs, and like you can pay to go on that, and it's very cool looking. I have seen it at the platforms in London before. Oh, what voice do I give to this guy? I think it will just come to me. British, it's London. It's central London, it's posh, but it's not too posh. Ah, good morning. Sorry for keeping you. Yeah, it's like stoic. Oh, there he be. Oh. I trust you aren't too exhausted after your long voyage from Japan? It seems I'm 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 47 seconds late. My apologies. Oh, no, don't mention it. We're never happier than when we're standing around with nothing much to do. How fortunate. So, introductions. I'm Mel Strongheart, Lord Chief Justice of the British Empire. Ugh, and I feel like a little mouse under an elephant's foot. Come on, Naruhodo. Don't be a mouse. Oh, you can read my mind? It's an honor to meet you, Lord Chief Justice Strongheart. I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo from the Empire of Japan. Well, Mr. Naruhodo. Welcome to London, the capital of our glorious British Empire. Ah, yes, thank you. And I may converse with the man himself. London. So, what are your impressions of our capital so far? How do you like London? Oh, well, I've been so nervous ever since I got here that I can't remember a single thing about the city. It's simply splendid, isn't it, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh. Oh, wrong voice. Oh? We had a wonderful view of some of London's streets from the carriage on the way here from the station. Everything is so impressive and grand. I must say I'm almost lost for words. I'm glad to hear you like it. The city boasts tramways, piped water and gas, even cables supplying electricity. We spearhead every revolutionary new technology in the world. Every visitor to London is astounded. Oh, yes, astounded is the word. Thanks for saving me there, Sasada-san. And everyone seems so jolly and full of vigour. Yes. There's much excitement about the upcoming great exhibition we'll be hosting. We'll be hosting here in London. Great exhibition? Exhibition? Cultural and technological achievements from around the globe are to be exhibited here in our great city. It will be the greatest spectacle of its kind in history, and will make Paris's World Fair look like a toy shop. Gosh, I can hardly imagine how magnificent it's going to be. Great Britain's capital city is nothing but magnificent. London is the centre of the modern world. Even if you do say so yourself. The sun will never set on our great empire. Wrong. Wrong one there, buddy. 2025 now. Welcome to the real world. Oh, dude. Perhaps it is fate that in these progressive times we welcome visitors from the land of the rising sun. Law student. Lord Chief Justice, I think you were expecting a student of law for this study tour, weren't you? Absolutely. A Mr. Kazuma Asogi, if my memory serves. That's right. The British government has already been telegraphed a full report on the situation. I understand the young man lost his life aboard the steamship bound for our shores. That's amazing. The news reached him before we even arrived. My country naturally extends its deepest condolences to yours. Oh, thank you. And you honored this appointment specifically to inform me of the news? Yes. We are here in the capacity of envoys from Japan to report the sad news in person. They tell me you Japanese are a people of protocol and courtesy. I see that it's true. And it is with some regret that I must inform you that the death of the young lawyer means this study tour arrangement can no longer proceed. If you would just hear us out, Lord Strongheart. What do you have to say, madam? It's about the study tour. Mr. Naruhodo here would like to make a proposal. Would he now? Well, Mr. Naruhodo. This is it then. The moment of truth. The proposal. Okay, continuing the study tour. I could guess. Oh my goodness. I swear there was a movie on the other night that was like The Proposal, right? I think, maybe? Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Continuing the study tour. The thing is, Lord Justice, Lord Strongheart, I was wondering if perhaps you would consider allowing the study tour to go ahead? Don't misunderstand me. Britain would ideally like to see the tour go ahead. But without a lawyer from your country, there's nothing to be done. Well, in that case, what if there was someone else? Another lawyer from Japan, I mean. Is there something I don't know? Only a single lawyer was invited to Great Britain from your country, and that was Mr. Asogi. At least, that is what I've been led to understand. Well, the thing is, this really isn't going well at all. I just can't seem to find the right words to say to this man. Mr. Naruhodo, I could ruin things here if I'm not careful. What am I going to say? If there is someone else here from Japan who could be described as a lawyer, it's me. It's me. I can do it. Is that so? I mean, I don't actually have any qualifications as such, but... No qualifications, you say? And yet you still claim to be a lawyer? I have acted as a lawyer in court before. Only once, as it happens. And I had Cartman to help me. And I was the accused. But glossing over the details. I've been spending every spare moment on the journey here to Great Britain studying. I've learned all about British law and court proceedings while I was on board the SS Burya. The voyage from Japan is some 50 days, I believe. Not what you might call a full education. To become a qualified lawyer here in Britain, not only do you need a university degree in law, you must also complete several years of training. I realise it's far too short a period of time, but I can't just go back to Japan. Kazuma, Mr. Asogi's journey had only just begun. Coming here on this study tour was all he thought about. I have to carry on and do everything he planned to do. I know it must sound like I have an overly inflated opinion of myself, but I would do anything to prove that I have what it takes. Any test you care to set me. Just one chance. That's all I'm asking for. Please. 31 seconds. Sorry? Your opening statement there, Mr. Naruhodo. It was 31 seconds long. Not too brief, not too protracted. A perfectly judged appeal, I would say. Which is a skill that would stand you in good stead as a lawyer. Oh, thanks. So, you're willing to put those words to trial, are you? Well, I'm all for entertainment. Huh? But let me ask you one thing first, sir. Yes? You say you intend to do everything Mr. Asogi planned to do. Are you firmly set on that path? Well, yes. That's my intention. I see. Am I imagining things? Or did his expression just alter a fraction there all of a sudden? Very well. You have your wish. I'll give you a chance. A test to become a specially certified lawyer. Whether you pass or fail is entirely down to you. Really? Test. So, what form will the test take exactly? Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo, what do you consider the role of a lawyer to be? Well, defending people, of course. Well said. So, let's have you defend someone. Huh? Your timing is perfect, in fact. There's an apt trial about to begin later today. No advocate has been appointed for the defense as yet, so this will be welcome news. Today? Straight away? If you manage to secure if you manage to secure a verdict of not guilty, you will have passed my test. What could be simpler? Oh, how do I get myself into these situations? Well, could I ask what sort of trial is it, Lord Strongheart? Yes, good question. Ah, I remember. It's a murder trial. As if every trial you've been a part of so far hasn't also been a murder trial. A murder? An extremely simple case, I understand. You really can't lose. That's easy to say. But I should mention, just in case, if a defendant is found guilty, he will of course be sentenced to capital punishment. Capital punishment? He'll be put to death? Here in Great Britain, murderers are sent to the gallows without exception. Presumably you read that much in your short sea-based introduction to British law. Fun fact, that's now outdated, because of course it is. I think the last person put to death in the United Kingdom was... good question. The 60s? Early 60s. I'm gonna say it was about 63. I'm making a guess here, but that sounds right in my head. It was post-World War II. That's all I have the knowledge of in my head, was when the last person was put to death. I think the death penalty was abolished probably in the late 50s, early 60s. Anyway, enough history aside. We can't possibly agree to such a test. We would be toying with a man's life. I am the Lord Chief Justice, and I've decided it's acceptable. But you can't do that, can you? There's no need to overcomplicate this. All you have to do is ensure that you don't lose. So, the defendant may live or die depending on how well I perform in court. If I lose, he'll be hanged. Mr. Naruhodo, you've come to me claiming to be a lawyer. If you want me to take you seriously, you need to prove you're willing to do a lawyer's job. And you say you intend to see through the will of your compatriot, Mr. Asogi. I would like to understand just how far you're willing to go in order to make that happen. He's testing my resolve. What's the matter? You've fallen silent? I'm sorry, but time is pressing. Trial begins shortly. I need an answer from you now. What is it to be? What do I say? Do I agree to this absurd test? Yep, I'll do it. How hard can it be? Alright then. If I have to give you a decision now, my answer is... I can't do it. I can't get the words out. 15 seconds. Your decision-making needs work if you want to be a lawyer. That was too slow. So, it's as I suspected, is it? Sorry? You have noble intentions, but lack the resolve to see them through. The test is cancelled. Thank you for stopping by. Go and acquire your ticket for passage back to the east tomorrow. This conversation is over. Yes, Lord Strongheart. Thank you for offering me a chance. Mr. Naruhodo. I'm sorry, Mrs. Sato, but what could I do? It's alright. I understand. You do? It's not an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances. But resolve has absolutely nothing to do with it. What are you trying to say, madam? I think what Mr. Sato means is that no matter how badly I'd like to be recognised as a lawyer and stay here in Great Britain, to risk another man's life by treating his one and only chance at a trial so trivially would be utterly unforgivable, and I feel exactly the same way. I'm sure the defendant won't see this trial as a test, as some kind of experiment. A lawyer may fight for his clients in court day after day, but for each one of those clients, the particular day they stand in the dock may be the only chance they have to fight to prove their innocence. No, I was wrong. I'm not qualified to do that job yet. I'm sorry for wasting your precious time, Lord Chief Justice. Well, that's the end of the game. Wait, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, was there something else? It's approximately 20 minutes by carriage to the Old Bailey from here. If you leave immediately, you should still be there in time. But I just said that I was quite serious in what I told you. The defendant in this case has literally no one to advocate for him. What? At this point, he can't hope to find someone to represent him. The trial will begin without a defense, and if that happens, there's only one possible outcome. He will receive the most severe sentence the judge can pass down. But that's awful. But that is the truth. Why does it have to be like this? Please, don't expect an answer to every question. The cold hard truth of the matter is that there is only one person now with a chance to save this man from a very miserable end. And that is you. I'm really his only hope? So, what do you say now, madam? Me? What do you mean, Longstrongheart? Said that it wasn't an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances, and I agree. But in my estimation, it is purely and simply a matter of resolve. Oh. Our time is up here. I have a meeting to attend. I must leave in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. So, venture into our great city and enjoy yourselves. Thank you, Male Strongheart. He's gone. Oh. The Old Bailey. If we're going to do this, Mr. Naruhodo, we must leave at once. Understood. What to do? Mr. Sato, can I ask you something? Careful. From this position, I can perform a Sato takedown in an instant. I know. Mr. Naruhodo, you heard Long Strongheart. Yeah. Why do I keep saying long? Lord Strongheart. The trial. Lisp. The trial starts amid. Oh my gosh. Mr. Naruhodo, you look. Mr. Naruhodo, you heard Lord Strongheart. The trial starts imminently. If I need to throw you, I will. You know, you could just say, I think we should hurry to the courtroom. If you need to ask me anything, it had better wait until we're at the Old Bailey. True. Right, in that case, let's move to the Old Bailey. London's highest criminal court with an illustrious past, the Old Bailey. This is where I take my test and prove my worthiness as a lawyer. Oh, and there they be. I don't know why they've got bobbies, but awesome. Not complaining. Their silly hats. They look so goofy. February 18th, 9:45 AM. The Old Bailey, Defendant's Antechamber. Oh, thank goodness, we're in time. There's still 15 minutes until the trial begins. I never knew a horse-drawn carriage could go so fast. I thought my teeth were going to rattle loose. Did you hear what I said to the driver when we climbed aboard? Get us to our destination in 5 minutes, driver, and there's a guinea in it for you. It's one of my favourite lines from the Herlock Sholmes stories, and it worked quite perfectly. I'm not sure why you're so pleased. I thought we were going to die, and we had to pay gold for the privilege. Well, at least we arrived here before the trial started. Yes, I suppose there's that. Anyway, I don't understand it. The court clerk said the defendant should be here, but there's no sign of him at all. A good point made. Oh, this is the Old Bailey. Even this room for defendants to wait in is grand. Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo? I'm feeling tense, that's all. This place gives me the same sense of foreboding that I remember from the Supreme Court in Japan. An oppressive air, almost as if the building itself is going to crush whoever is about to be sentenced. It was like only yesterday that I was the one about to be crushed. Yes, whoever the man you're to defend is, I imagine he's feeling very alone at this moment. Top of the morning to you, madam, sir. Oh, it'd be him. What are you doing following me here? Things are fair desperate, are they? Sorry? Would you look at those expressionless faces? From the east, are yous? We're from Japan, yes. Ah, Japan, is it? Right, say no more. So, how much do yous need? No, we're here because... No need to explain, fella, I've been there myself. So I have. No place to go, nothing to eat, barely a penny to your name, and all the while in a strange, faraway land. Well, actually, we haven't found a place to stay yet, no. 'Tis grand, 'tis grand. Let me start by giving yous 1,000 guineas. Say nothing now. 1,000 guineas? Please, Mr. Sato, you don't need to shout. But 1,000 guineas is enough to build an entire mansion in the most prestigious area of Tokyo. What? 'Tis nothing to me at all. I like to ensure I have sufficient funds to weather a rainy day, you see. I've enough wealth to buy the city of London 2 or 3 times over. Did that much rain even fall in one day? Well, even so, we couldn't possibly accept such a large sum of money. Ah! That hit me in the eye. Don't get me wrong, fella. I'm not giving it to you, no strings attached. I'll be wanting you to do something for me. Oh? To be honest, 'tis a little embarrassing. The trial that's about to begin, you see, is for my good self here. I'll be in the dock. So now, what I want you to do is come along with me and stand there beside me. Officially, you'd be me lawyer, but that's just a little detail now. Oh, well, the thing is... Don't worry about a thing. All you have to do is stand there next to me. Nothing more. Otherwise, you see, the trial's going to start without me having any kind of representation at all. So, it was true. The Lord Chief Justice wasn't just making it all up. I'm terribly sorry to have to ask, but does that mean you're the defendant in this trial? Bluster and blazes, do yous not know who I am? Me, one of London's biggest names? No, sorry, we've only just arrived in the city, you see. I see. Suppose it isn't altogether impossible. Well, just next to Hyde Park, there's the centre of London, is another beautiful park. Sorry, a park? What? It's called McGilded Park, full of blossoming flowers in the spring and singing birds and whatnot. I donated it to the city, so I did. An entire park in central London? A city of smiles, that's my vision for London. There's nothing Magnus McGilded wouldn't do for the city and its queer old people. That's amazing. I mean, really extraordinary. Ah, but now they've galled to say I'm a good-for-nothing criminal. Me, Magnus McGilded. What is the matter with the London police, I ask you? Alright, don't pass out. Mr. Naruhodo, perhaps now would be a good time to introduce ourselves while the gentleman catches his breath? Good idea. Mr. McGilded, the thing is, we're actually here in London to study British law. We're law students on a study tour from Japan, you see. So, if you don't have a lawyer for the trial yet, and you'd be happy to put yourself in our hands, we'll do our best. What would I have to saying, you daft idiot? I've given you 1,000 guineas to stand up there next to me, haven't I? Well, yes, but I wasn't really offering to just stand up there next to you. That's so uncanny. Oh, I think I see what's going on here. Sorry? I know what you're thinking. This Chancellor of a fella claims to have more money than the Queen. But if that's true, why the blazes can't he hire the finest lawyer in all of England? Because he did it! That's the only explanation. Well? Not at all. Not at all. Although, it is a little strange, to be honest. Why don't you have a lawyer? I mean... That would be the fault of the Reaper. Sorry, did he say Reaper? Aye, the Grim Reaper of the Bailey, Lord Barak von Zeeks. He's the prosecutor. The prosecutor is the Grim Reaper? When Van Zeeks stands for the prosecution, they call the accused his sacrificial lambs. And to this day, in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned. What? So it's reached the desperate situation where there's no one willing to stand in defense against the fella at all. You could say he's a living legend of the Old Bailey. Goodness, Lord Barak von Zeeks. That's him. He must be an exceptionally talented prosecutor then. Talented isn't the word you're looking for, madam. It's cursed. Cursed? What on earth? The defendant is summoned and his counsel. Please make your way into the courtroom. The trial is about to begin. His counsel? That would be me. Oh, 'tis time. Well then, fella, don't let me down. But I don't know anything about the case. You haven't told me what happened. Until you showed your face here, I had made up me mind, so I had. Sorry? I had decided I'd have to defend myself in there. How would that have worked? But then you made an appearance. A student of law, wouldn't you know? 'Tis no accident, I can assure you of that. 'Tis fate. So, don't get cold feet now, please. I literally know nothing about the case, or about this man who stands accused. In fact, the only thing I do know is that I can't just turn my back on him. Mr. Naruhodo. The man has no one. He'll have to stand alone in that courtroom armed with nothing to defend himself. Yes, something that Kazuma would never have allowed to happen. Counsel for the defense, what are you doing? If you're late for the start of the trial, you will lose your right to stand. I'll be right there. Ooh. It's happening then. Rin needs to go to the restroom. I'll be back in literally a minute. Wah! One sec, everybody. Oh, okay, I'm back. All is well in the world once more. Also, my boiler stopped working, which was really annoying. So, I fixed that. Stupid thing. It's like 0 degrees. It's like very, very cold. So, I need that to be working. My heating is back. Okay, whew, where were we? How's everyone doing? You enjoying it so far? I hope so. I am enjoying all the yapping and talking. It's good fun as always. Ooh, deep breath. It's happening then. My first trial in a British court. I hope you're watching over me, Kazuma. Because I have no idea how I'm going to manage this. Because I am fucked. Oh my gosh. Here we stand. 18th of February. 10 AM. The Old Bailey courtroom. We are here. So, it's the highest court in Great Britain. The Old Bailey. The centuries of history in this place is palpable, isn't it? It's so different to the Supreme Court in Japan. If it was both imposing and serene at the same time, the atmosphere almost makes words redundant. Whatever the country, determining a person's guilt or innocence is always a solemn affair. May I say something, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, yes, what? Your eyes look ready to pop out of your head again. I know, but I just can't help it. Oh, there he is. Oh, and there's our Santa Claus of a judge. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. We are here today to determine the guilt or innocence of Mr. Magnus McGilded. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. Oh, I need a voice for Van Zieks. The prosecution is fully prepared. Must be the Reaper of the Bailey. He really does look fully prepared to dispatch his next poor victim to the underworld. Counsel for the defense, you appear to be Eastern. Do you speak English? Huh? Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. But he asked if the defense was ready. And I couldn't be farther from ready if I tried. Those eyes please me. Nipponese. They shroud your fear, your doubt, your trepidation. They run wild, clinging to some phantom notion of courage. The quintessential look of a sacrificial lamb. Ugh, a cold shiver just ran down my spine, all the way to the tips of my toes. Now, Mr. McGilded. Yes, my lord. You stand accused of murder, a capital offence. You could be sent to the gallows if found guilty. Are you quite sure you wish to entrust your defence to this foreigner? As I've always said, my lord, 'tis a great thing to give opportunities to the young. Even if the fellow's a student from some little island off in the Far East. Not the British way to ignore the dangers to yourself and give those less fortunate a fair chance. I'd like to think that acts of chivalry do the great British Empire proud. Oh, ads coming from 5 minutes, everybody! Oh, I've got no snoozes left either. Darn, when did I use all of those? I must have used them in the last stream. I thought they'd be back by now. Anyway, they'll probably be back by the end of the stream. Listen to Mr. McGilded. What a fine gentleman London has in him. Did you hear that you donated £5,000 to the government the other day? Mother, please may we go and play at the McGilded Park? It seems as though everyone in the public gallery is firmly behind Mr. McGilded. Oh, goodness. But yes, when ads are here, make sure to have a stretch, get some food, get some drinks, whatever you may need, and get ready to sit back and relax for a hour of no adverts once they are done. They're coming up in about 4 minutes time now. And you'll get 3 minutes of ads, and then you'll be free for an hour. Yippee! That's definitely welcome news, and he certainly has a way with words. Surprised he couldn't convince anyone to defend him. Eloquently put, Mr. McGilded, and most laudable sentiments. Or laudable. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm sure I need hardly remind you that you 6 members of the public have been selected for your impartiality. Are you ready to proceed? Oh gosh, 6 more voices! I'm gonna forget all these voices. Yes, my lord. If the task is to stand rotters to the gallows where they belong, I'm more than ready. At the manor, his lordship always says we should dispose of rubbish promptly. Naturally, I agree. Ha! Any criminals... That's not a word. Ha! Any criminals here will soon be wishing they never set eyes on me. I'm gonna forget all these voices so quickly. I feel a chill. That'll do. Oh, don't mind me, my dears. I'll just be getting on with my knitting. Must finish these mitts for my grandson. Ah, Mr. Naruhodo, those people are... the jury. Yes, that's something we don't have in Japan yet. That's right. I've only ever read about it. But here in Great Britain, the court's final verdict depends on the opinion of these 6 jurors. The judge passes sentence according to the law, but the jurors determine guilt based on common sense. So the defendant is ultimately judged from 2 completely different points of view. But how exactly do the jurors give their verdict? That I don't know, but I'm sure it will become clear as the trial progresses. Yes. Bang. Prosecutor Van Zeeks. My lord. It's been a number of years since we've seen you here in the courtroom. I thought you'd renounced your fame. I'm known as the Reaper of the Bailey, my lord. Infamy rather than fame, I would say. But yes, 5 years have passed since I last spread my wings in this capacity. I love Van Zeeks. I love his design. So what brings you back? Is there some change of circumstance of which the court should be aware? I leave that to your imagination, my lord. So the Reaper has been out of action for 5 years? Why did he have to choose today of all days to make a comeback? Don't lose heart, Mr. Naruhodo. As you wish, sir. The court nevertheless welcomes your return. Now then, opening statements, I think. A summary of the case, if you please. Certainly, my lord. As your lordship is aware, this is a case of overwhelming simplicity. Must be the only ones in here who aren't aware. The incident took place in the late evening, 3 days past. The hour was some minutes after 10. The victim was a maker of building bricks known in the community as Thrice-Fired Mason. Sorry, Thrice? He's a very accomplished craftsman. The bricks he fired were said to be almost indestructible. Oh. Oh dear. The victim's corpse was discovered in an omnibus in service on the streets of London at the time. A dagger that had been thrust into the victim's abdomen is believed to be the ultimate cause of death. Here is the autopsy report from the investigating medical officer at Scotland Yard. Thank you, counsel. I shall accept that and the photograph as evidence. The autopsy report has been entered into the court record. Report prepared by the Scotland Yard coroner. It gives the cause of death as internal hemorrhaging as a result of a single stab wound to the abdomen. The photograph of the crime scene has been entered into the court record. Crime scene photograph. A photograph of the victim taken on the omnibus. The knife in his abdomen is clearly visible, but his face is partly obscured from a view of an old cricket hat. And one further item of evidence. The prosecution wishes to submit these as well. And these are... Good lord! Is that blood, counsel? Yes, my lord. Seized by a policeman who arrived at the scene. These gore-soaked gloves were taken from the hands of the accused when he was arrested. What? Mr. McGildy's gloves had blood on them? Yes, I will accept these as evidence as well. The defendant's leather gloves have been entered into the court record. Defendant's leather gloves. The leather gloves the defendant was wearing at the time of the incident. There is a blood stain on the right glove. How did I get into this? I'm backed into a corner before I've even started. Continuing. Oh. According to the driver of the omnibus, there were only 2 passengers travelling inside his vehicle at the time. Only 2? Obviously, one of those passengers was the deceased brickmaker, Mr. Mason. The other was the accused, Magnus McGilded. Well, rather damning circumstances to say the least. Defendant, what say you? Well, of course, I have no recollection of such a thing. Mr. McGilded. To be sure, I rode the omnibus that evening, but whenever I'm in a... But whenever I'm in a carriage, I'm taken with a fierce tiredness, I always succumb to it. Are you claiming to have been asleep? 'Tis the motion of the carriage, my lord. Lighting, so it is, and when I opened my eyes again, it was a desperate sight before me, the body of a man I'd never laid eyes on before in me life. My voice is gonna hurt so much. Now I ask you, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella bleeding from his stomach? Wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand. So the blood got onto the gloves then, after the man had been killed. Fortunately, that statement of the driver's is only the beginning. What? That's not all of it. Welcome back from ads, everybody! Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. There were multiple witnesses to the precise moment at which the brickmaker was fatally stabbed. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we're in bad place. Order, order, order! When the killing took place, only the victim and the accused were inside the carriage, and there were witnesses to the crime. It is not just a case of compelling evidence. It's the nail in the coffin for the accused. That really hurts my voice. I've got to make a way of doing a Van Zeeks' voice without, like, it being painful. Oh, man. Thank you, counsel. The circumstances of the crime have been made quite clear. I think we will hear testimony from these witnesses first of all. I need to drink so much. Whew, that's better. Oh, yabba yabba. Your wish is my command. Bailiff, bring the witnesses in at once. I love Van Zeeks, he's so cool looking. And stood before us are our 3 witnesses. Witnesses, your names and occupations. My name is, well, everyone calls me Beppo. I drive an omnibus in the East End. Bruce Fairplay, I'm a banker in the city. My name's First. Lady First. I'm, make hats for gents. Let's begin by confirming the facts. 3 days ago, at a short time after 10 o'clock in the evening, all of you present in the stand were in an omnibus and witness to the aforementioned incident. Is that correct? Yes, sir. Quite right. Yes, sir. Oh, wait, what was his voice again? Yes, sir, that's right, sir. Yeah, that would do. Very well then, let's proceed to your formal testimonies, please. Each of you will tell the court precisely what you saw. Witness testimony. What the witnesses saw. It was the last bus of the evening, so I had few customers. I remember it well. The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus. Then out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife right into his guts. That's right, he stabbed him. I screamed, I did, couldn't help it. As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus. Have I got the voices wrong? Oh. Ah, so many accents. As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus, and then I saw it too. I forgot all the accents are. Unambiguous testimony, I must say. Exactly, my lord. These men witnessed the incident in the omnibus with their own eyes. I'd like to ask a question, if I may. Yes, counsel? Well, this testimony makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Why not? Well, the incident took place inside a moving carriage, didn't it? As has been clearly stated from the outset, yes. Well, in that case, how could those two witnesses possibly have seen what happened? There's no way they could have seen the inside of the moving carriage. Sorry, going along in time there. How quaint. I'd read that civilization in the eastern island nations was a good century behind our own. But you're here in London yourself. Are you really so ignorant about our omnibuses? Huh? Tell me, my Nipponese friend, have you ever travelled in an omnibus? Well, no. We, only arrived in London this morning. No matter. I've arranged for us all to see for ourselves the actual scene of the crime, that is. What do you mean? The actual scene? How? Meow. Hi, Willow. Thank you for claiming your daily pass. How are you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Here is your daily check-in. Yippee! Enjoy. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness me. For reference, to catch you up to where we are, we arrived in London to report on Kazuma's death. After reporting on Kazuma's... go to replace the Coke's cable, so hopefully any infinite issues have a magical band-aid on it. Yippee! I hope that has fixed it all for you, my friend. Good to hear. So yes, we arrived in London to report Kazuma's death to the Lord Chief Justice, Male Strongheart. And we said we wanted to be a lawyer. To test our resolve, he basically said, trial happens in 20 minutes. It's a 15-minute journey. Get on with it. So here we are in the Old Bailey defending Mr. Magnus McGilded, who is a Irish... what's the word? Person who gives money to do nice things, but is slightly dubious in however they're nice or not. Was Mr. Beast. Not an entrepreneur. Oh my gosh, what's the word? Not a bureaucrat, not an entrepreneur. I don't know. So defending someone you just met like 15 minutes ago. Yep, and the evidence is pretty damning against this person. But yes. Oh, what is that word? That's gonna really annoy me. What is that word? Someone who... Oh, I can't think. It will come to me later, I'm sure. But yeah. What do you mean? The actual scene? How? This is the prosecutor, Lord Barak Van Zeeks, the Reaper of the Bailey. Every single person who has been stood in the defendant's booth against him has been accused and sentenced of death. So he is known as the Reaper because of that. And he's come back after a 5-year sabbatical on trial today against us. Non-profit? No, not quite. Person who donates lots of money for good causes. Oh, what is that called? I'm gonna have to Google it now. Okay, me typing in what is Mr. Beast might not give me the answer I'm looking for. But we'll find out. Oh my gosh, why is my internet being so sucky today? I hate it. Why? Oh, cry instead, never mind. I guess I'll never find out. A carriage is designed to be moved, after all. Presumably you understand that much. Yes. Omnibus in which the bloody crime took place is here today in this very building. Here? What? The entire carriage? Bailiff! Bring forth the stricken omnibus. What is it called? I really can't think what they're called. Oh, there be the omnibus. It be here. I don't know how they got that in, but that's it. Oh my gosh, I can't think what it's called. So, that's an omnibus. The omnibus. Oh, I don't know why, but I've seen this bus. You may have seen it at the end of last stream. I think I've seen this case somewhere. Oh, I'd say you might have seen it at the end of last stream when I showed the title card, which had a picture of this omnibus. Otherwise, oh, I see. Well, look forward to it. Enjoy the whole case. Oh, goodness. My voice is hurting from doing all these accents. It hurts my voice. Especially Van Ziek's, because his voice is so deep. It's like, it hurts. No, from a very long time ago, but I imagine remembering anything. Oh, I see what you mean, yeah. That's okay. If you don't remember anything, then yippee! Enjoy! Okay. Oh, goodness. Voice returned to me. As you can see, the omnibus is pulled by 2 horses, and can carry up to 8 passengers. 8 passengers? 4 passengers seated inside in the enclosed cabin, and another 4 on the roof deck above. This is just like... This is a double-decker bus, but like, in the late 1800s. Sweet. Every Londoner knows that the best views of the city's architecture and sights are to be had from the top of an omnibus. And I should point out to our foreign guests that there is a skylight in the roof, allowing a view of the interior from the seats above. Ah, a skylight. Oh! I love that expression. The penny drops at last, I see. These 2 gentlemen were occupying the rooftop seats on this omnibus when the murder took place. That is how they came to witness the grim incident. Through the skylight. Oh, that makes perfect sense. Well, counsel, this is a first. In all my years behind the bench, I've never experienced the crime scene itself being brought into the courtroom. There are a number of important clues remaining inside the carriage, my lord. I would like to submit the omnibus itself as evidence. That is the prosecution's wish. Also, I don't think it's technically confirmed, but Van Ziek's looks very familiar to like a vampiric Miles Edgeworth, so I believe the inference is that Van Ziek's is like an ancestor of Edgeworth, in the same way that we are an ancestor of Phoenix Wright, Mr. Naruhodo. Anyway, Orionosuke, Naruhodo, and Barak Van Ziek's. Oh, goodness. Okay. It be time I continue. I have gone off yapping long enough. Oh, my voice. Also, submitting the whole murder scene as evidence, amazing, incredible. Very well. I see no reason why not. The omnibus is hereby formally accepted as evidence. I'm not going to give the judge a voice. I'm going to run out of voices if I do. I can't believe it. The entire crime scene entered as evidence? Yes, Great Britain is simply extraordinary. I could help myself a lot by giving the omnibus a thorough examination, seeing as it's here. True. Let's continue with proceedings then. You're a cross-examination counsel. First, I want to look at my court stuff. This is my armband, given to me by Kazuma, I believe. These are the scales of justice, they're a symbol of defense, aren't they? Yes, that's right. The scales are a symbol of fairness to show that all are equally treated equally in the eyes of the law, and they're a warning to those who enter the courtroom without an impartial mind. But If they're the mark of the defense, it would be more auspicious if they were weighing more heavily on the not guilty side, I think. Very impartial, I'm sure. Okay. We've got the autopsy report. Victim, name Thrice Fired Mason, male. Age 54, occupation brickmaker. Time and cause of death, February 15th, 10 PM to 11 PM. Stabbed once in the abdomen with a knife while journeying in an omnibus. Died due to internal hemorrhaging resulting from the trauma. Crime scene photograph, here he be, in his silly hat. Stabbed with a knife in the passenger seat, or in one of the 4 seats. Here are the defendant's gloves, covered in, I think, in the gloves? No. The right hand covered in blood. This is definitely blood, isn't it? Not the most pleasant sight to be confronted with on our first day in London. Well, nothing will come of grumbling now. No. By the way, is Mr. McGilded right-handed? Yes, I believe so. He was toying with a coin in his right hand a little earlier. Pity. If only he'd been left-handed. I think blood on either glove would be fairly incriminating, really. True. And the omnibus. It's so funny, it's just there. The 8-seater omnibus that was the scene of the crime. There were passengers both inside the carriage and on the roof deck that night. Here be the omnibus. Can I look up here? I want to look through the skylight. You can certainly see inside the carriage through this opening, that's for sure. Yes, and there's a lamp in the enclosed cabin. So I'm sure the witnesses would have been able to see quite clearly. That's not good for us. May I open the door and go inside? Well, let's open the door and go inside, shall we? The scene of a murder. It's horrible. Oh, this interior. The decor, it's horrible. Notice. Ah, there's a poster for the Great Exhibition that's due to start 6 months from now. There's a lot of focusing being drawn to the Crystal Tower, the centerpiece of the whole exhibition. Exposition. Ooh, the Crystal Tower. It's under construction already, I believe. People all over London must be fizzing with excitement at the prospects of such a grand event. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. What is that? Oh, it's the front of... Okay, it's the lights. Never mind. I was like, what? Huh? Another poster? Ah, that's a poster for the Great Exhibition. That's due to start from... Yeah, we read that. Okay. Seat. Seat with blood. I see. That's blood that's soaked into the seat. The victim's, obviously. Yes, and that seat would clearly be visible from the roof deck. Did you really stab someone in full view of the other passengers like that, I wonder? Well, it was after dark, and there was a lamp on in here, so perhaps the culprit couldn't see anything outside through the skylight. Whichever way you look at it, it doesn't seem like it was a planned attack. So, okay, so it's from here. I don't think you can see from the skylight. I think they're full of shit. Quite a large skylight, isn't it? Yes, quite large enough to afford a good view into the cabin from the roof deck. And there doesn't seem to appear to be a handle of or catch of any description, so I suppose it can't be opened from inside the cabin at least. Oh. But to see this seat, you would need to be sat... where's the blood? The blood's there. Oh, no, if you're sat here, you can definitely see that from there. Through that line of sight. Okay, never mind, I take it back. Anything else to see inside the omnibus? If I may have another investigation. Anything on the floor? No. That has a handle. Suspicious. This seat has a handle, it seems. True. That's, stuff. This looks like all sorts of equipment that might be needed to keep the omnibus running. Feeding tubs, tools to repair wheels, blankets, horseshoeing tools. Yeah, tools. So it's a storage compartment for the coachman to keep his things, it seems. There doesn't seem to be any space for passengers to stow their luggage, that's for sure. Well, I don't imagine it would be very convenient for that purpose anyway. I see. Okay, I think that's all there is to examine in here. Well, that's the omnibus. Let's get on with the trial, shall we? Humph. That is not a humph. That would not be the sound coming from Van Ziegs. Pray don't expect this Nipponese stray to understand the intricacies of a British court's cross-examination rights. Alright. My first cross-examination in a British court. Focus, Ryunosuke. Focus. Cross-examination time. What the witnesses saw. It was the last bus of the evening, so I had few customers. I remember it well.
Hold it!
Press. Van Ziegs and Diver Scarlet, truly twins from a different time. Truly twinning, indeed. Is a time long past. Yes, I think it was sometime after 10, wasn't it? Oh, yes, sir. That's right, sir. Yes. Ever so cold it was, sir. For freezing, in fact. And you had 4 passengers on board at the time, is that correct? Yes, that's right, sir. Not all travelling in the same parts of the bus, of course, though. No. And there were no other passengers when the incident took place? No one alighted, for example? You're quite right with that, sir. No other passengers like that? No, none. So, nobody fled the scene of the crime, then? I have to say, the boss insists on it running, he does. Every evening, that last bus of the day. But I do wonder sometimes if it's altogether worthwhile. Yes, so sorry to say. What do you mean by that? Well, what with it being so cold and everything, and only making 20 pence on the run, you see. Yes, I spent that much at the pub on the way home, just trying to warm up again. Oh, poor Beppo. Poor coachman. The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus. Press. And you saw them through the skylight and the roof of the carriage? That's right. When you sit up on the top deck, the window's right there at your feet. Oh? There was a lamp on inside, so I had a pretty good view. The two of them were wearing hats, and I couldn't quite make... The two of them were wearing hats, and I couldn't exactly make out their faces. But there's not a shred of doubt in my mind that it was Mr. McGilded. Okay, why? How can you be so sure? He had a hat on. You couldn't see his face, you just told us that to be true. Well, how can I put it politely? Mr. McGild is a gentleman of rather small stature. I couldn't have mistaken him for anyone else. Let's not forget that when the vehicle came to a halt, the only people inside the enclosed cabin were the deceased Mr. Mason and Mr. McGilded. There is no room for doubt here. Ugh, I really wish there was. Oh, sigh. And out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife right into his guts. Oh, go back. I forgot to press that. You actually saw the exact moment it happened? Didn't I already testify to that? Or are fair dinkum hard-working city bankers not considered trustworthy these days? Oh, no, I didn't mean that. This is no good. I've really got to get his back up. I read that wrong. Perhaps you could just tell us what you saw in a little more detail, if that is... My lord? Juror number 3. What's the meaning of this? My mind is made up, my lord. Completely and utterly made up. Made up about what? I don't like the stinking rich, never have. They're always up to something or other that they shouldn't be. Every one of them. And that little leprechaun of a man is no exception. Well, he can't fool me. Okay. Racism boo. Can we stop with this in the game? I know it's like accurate to the time, but like, come on. There's no point wasting time listening to any more of this. That's my opinion on the matter anyway. That is precisely what I was about to say. As the foreman of the jury, it's my duty to set a good example to my fellow jurors. Bang. This is not what court is like in real life, but that's really cool. What the... What's happening here? Let me see. Ah, yes. It seems that's how the members of the jury give their verdicts. With fire? Apparently, yes. White for innocent and black for guilty. As the 6 members of the jury make up their minds about the case, one by one, they each cast a ball of fire into the great scales of justice, as we saw a moment ago. So, if those enormous scales fall completely to the black side, does that mean... Let's do our every best to make sure that doesn't happen. Oh, now I'm even more worried than I was before. Very well, the court acknowledges the change in the jury's stance. Counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination. This is a nightmare. That's right, he stabbed him. I screamed, I did. Couldn't help it.
Hold it!
You did? He stabbed him, you say, and you were sitting up on the roof deck, were you? Yes, that's right, sir. I was up on the roof seats. I remember seeing the little gent sitting next to the fellow that was stabbed. I'd been thinking about a new hat design, you see, so I was just gazing absent-mindedly around. But then I happened to look down through the skylight. It was sticking right out of his belly, that huge great knife. A grim sight indeed. Ah, that didn't help me at all. Ah, shit. The jury looks like they're even more convinced my client did it than they were before. That appears to have made everyone even more dubious that Mr. McGildas is telling the truth. If only we had some evidence to counter their suspicions. Mr. First. Oh, yes, sir? Is this the knife you saw? Oh, good grief, yes, that's it. The very one, sir. Is that... Yes, counsel. This is the blade that was driven into the victim's belly like a stake through the heart. It is a blade of considerable size, counsel. It is, and furthermore, the scabbard is emblazoned prominently with a certain initial. The letter M, which seems oddly familiar. Please no. M for Magnus, perhaps? Or McGilded, possibly. Take your pick. It seems this particular big name in London made a magnificent mistake. Objection? Nuh-uh. Oh. But there are M's everywhere. Like, yes. Like in Mason.
Objection!
Objection. Oh, I love his voice. This blade is far too extravagant for a poor brickmaker to have owned. No. This weapon of murder almost certainly belongs to the accused. Why? Not conclusive, but certainly compelling, counsel. The murder weapon has been entered into the court record. Murder weapon. A largest knife that was found lodged into the victim's abdomen. Its quality and fancy ornamentation suggest it might be quite valuable. May we have a look? My lord, if you'll forgive the interruption. No. I have examination to do. Oh, there's the M. But what if it was an M and you turned it upside down for W, like for Wombo? An ornate letter M, undeniably Mr. Magnus McGilded's initial. And it's beautifully gilded too. It must be very valuable, I should think. Ah, what is it? Look at this M. If you turn it upside down, it becomes a W. This could change everything. A W? Yeah, like this W about to get in court. Ayo! Sorry. Yes, this is one of those, you know, turnabout cases. I'm sure of it. I'm afraid I don't know at all, but what I am sure is that this is an M. Oh. Well, that idea was quickly quashed. What I said? Boo. I can't find anything out of place. Oh. Okay, I was trying to, like, open the scabbard. That part is the sheath, isn't it? Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, sorry. Yes, I just don't really like blades. Oh. Those don't seem like the words of a man with a large katana slung from his waist. That's not a blade, that's Kazuma's soul. Anyway, there's no sense in delaying it. Let's see what the blade looks like. Ooh. Ooh, that do be kind of covered in blood. Uh-oh. Ugh, that looks like a lot of blood. Surely is blood. The victims. Ugh, an Englishman's blood looks a lot like a Japanese man's blood. Did you think it wouldn't? Sorry, it's just that we've only just arrived here in Great Britain. I'm finding it a little hard to adjust. Yes, I do understand. We're all humans, Mr. Naruhodo. I think we're all the same. Oh, thank goodness. I'm glad that's the case. Anyway, enough of looking at this knife. My lord, if you'll forgive the interruption... Okay, fine, go ahead. Juror number 2. Go on. Mr. McGill is a pillar of society and a gentleman. And a gentleman's word should be sacrosanct. That's a word I've not seen before. Sacrosanct. You want to eat that croissant? Thank you, Jimmy Neutron. Thank you, Carl Weezer. However, those of us in service know we must accept hard truths. Wait, what are you about to do? Dispose of the rubbish? Bang. Uh-oh. Rio. 3 of 6, that's halfway. No. I don't wish to cause offence, but I do like to eradicate all trace of filth and grime. Hold it. Oh, no, that's not me. Hold it! I have painstakingly typed every word uttered here today, and cross-referenced all of the facts. As such, I am now in the position to draw the only logical conclusion. Bang. Uh-oh, that's 4-2. Not again. That's 4 out of 6 jury members who proposed a guilty verdict. There are only 2 left. We've had it. Every time I press those witnesses for more information, I just make the situation worse. But nevertheless, what we need more than anything at the moment is more information. We're still very much in the dark. I suppose I'll just have to keep pressing the witnesses, knowing that more sparks may well fly. We mustn't give up hope that we'll undercover something that might just give us a way to fight back. But... Alright, I'll keep trying. I can't give up. I just need to keep calm and listen to the witnesses' statements again. True. As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus. And then I saw it too. Honestly, can I be so honest? Like I said earlier, I'm gonna forget the voices so easily. Like, crazy easily. Ugh. Too many accents, too many voices. What exactly did you see? Oh, well, sir, that would be the passenger, sir. Yes, collapsed on the floor he was. And by the passenger, obviously you're referring to the victim, Mr. Mason, the brickmaker. And the other passenger had that knife in his hand, like this. By the other passenger, obviously you're referring to the accused, Mr. McGill did. And then he plunged it down like this, stabbing the other passenger in the belly. What? Huh? This isn't helping us, dude. My lord, I wish to speak. Yes, juror number 5. Do I take it that you two... As the master of the London Guild of Coachmen, the idea of a murder being committed in one of the city's carriages is utterly abhorrent to me. It wouldn't be right to make a decision before hearing all the facts, though, I said to myself. But I've heard enough now. The horse has bolted, as they say. No, please, just keep an open mind a little longer. Gee up now, Silver Blaze. The finish is in sight. Bang. 5 of 6. We ain't convincing the old lady. She does not care for this trial. Beppo is a long-standing member of the guild, and I trust what the man says. Oh, thank you, sir. You're too kind, sir. This is too unkind, sir. Which now means that 5 jurors agree to condemn this man. True, that is what that means. Madam Juror number 6. Yes, dear? What can I do for you? You have heard the testimonies of the witnesses in the stands. Oh yes, I certainly have. Still got my hearing, you know. Then pray tell, why are you yet to pronounce your leaning? Well, dear, the thing is, I'm a creature of habit, me. I always go to the park around this time of day and sit on a nice bench and get on with my knitting. So, I don't give a fuck about your knitting. There's a lovely little park just near where I live. McGilded Park, it's called. Say that again. The gentleman donated it to the city, you know, to put a smile on Londoners' faces, he said. Can't imagine such a fine young gentleman would have it in him to take another man's life. He is always doing wonderful things for the city. That's right, a man like that wouldn't stab someone, surely? Mother, may we go to the McGilded Public Library later and borrow some more books? How many Londoners live with their heads in the clouds? You people not know what kind of a man Magnus McGilded really is. Ooh, tell him hear his theme. He hit his theme. What kind of man is he? The philanthropist. That's the word I was looking for. Philanthropist. I can't say that word because my lisp sucks. Philanthropist. Philanthropist. The philanthropist, Magnus McGilded, has enough wealth to purchase the entire city he claims to value so highly. But where did all that wealth come from? Your client is a Shylock, sir, and one with the very darkest of souls. What? Stone the crows? McGilded lends money at extraordinary rates of interest so his victims have no hope of repaying him. When they default, he takes possession of everything they own. He is a vulture that preys on the weak. I've never heard any mention of that before. Your faculties haven't deserted you, I'm sure, madam. So, has this thought not crossed your mind? Would a man wealthy enough to buy London in its entirety not have a carriage of his own? True. He's spinning, hold. What possible reason could this man have had to make use of a public omnibus service? You're not saying that the victim, a poor brickmaker, had next to nothing to his name, save considerable financial liability. It will come as no surprise that his creditor was the accused, Magnus McGilded. But let it also be known that the very day Mr. Mason was killed, the final repayment date for his debts. Good gracious. The brickmaker was destitute. He had lost his house. He had not a shilling with which to repay his debts. And in the end, this pitiful soul had the very last thing he owned taken from him. His life. By the merciless philanthropist, pretender, Magnus McGilded. I don't believe it. Hold it. You tell him, Sasato. If I might add something briefly. Mr. Sato? You claim that the victim had been lent money by Mr. McGilded. Where is the evidence to support your claim? Oh, please. Please do it. Okay, I can't remember which animation is going to start, but these animations are incredible. Okay, this is the normal one. Pray forgive the discourtesy of filling my hallowed chalice in a court of law. There it is. Lord Van Zeek's hallowed chalice. How can this be considered acceptable? But I find myself in unexpectedly good humour. I had heard ladies from the Far East could show great courage, but I didn't expect to experience it myself. Ah. As the judicial assistant to the defence, I'm simply doing my job. What a pity that your display of courage is in vain. This is the debtor's ledger, which details all monies loaned by the accused. You will find the victim's name clearly recorded inside. Oh. Allow me to present this ledger as evidence. And pray forgive the discourtesy of raising my chalice in a toast to the enigmatic East at the same time. A marvellous toast, Counsel. I will gladly accept this new evidence. The debtor's ledger has been entered into the court record. Debtor's ledger. A catalogue of people who had borrowed money from the defendant at a high rate of interest. It includes the victim who owed 20 guineas. 20 guineas? I don't know how much that is, because we don't use that kind of money anymore. Oh, British money pre-1969 or 1971 was ridiculous. Like, it had, what was it, 12 shillings to a pound. Or to a farthing. Or to a pen. So many pennies in a farthing, in a shilling, in a pound, in a guinea, in a... all in numbers of 12. It was stupid. Now we have 100 pennies in a singular pound. It's so much easier. Thank you, decimalization. Ah yes, 20 guineas. The victim owed a considerable sum. Okay, question. Let's have a look at the debtor's ledger. No, okay, cool. Have a look. This portfolio must contain all sorts of secrets of London gentry. Oh no, hiccup. Hiccups don't exist. Help. Oh, my voice. Oh dear. Do you really think we ought to look inside? Well, it's not as though we know any of London's gentry personally, is it? Apart from our great detective friend, perhaps. Actually, I wonder. I assure you we will not find Mr. Sholmes' name inside. Well, let's see what we find. And, pray courtesy, what do we find in this book? Ah, yes. I can't read a word of that. It's all in riddles. M. That looks like the M from the knife. Gosh, it's crammed full of gentlemen's names, isn't it? Well, I suppose they're probably not all gentlemen at all, are they? After all, not everyone in this country is well off. Ah, goodness. What is it? Look at this. Do you see this name right here? Bruce Fairplay. Should that mean something to me? It does sound strangely familiar, actually. That does sound strangely familiar. I wonder who that could be. Bruce Fairplay, the witness testifying at this very moment. Oh yes, of course, the banker. Why is his name in here? Ah, he borrowed 20 guineas, did he? Look, the repayment date is fast approaching. It's possible that this is just a coincidence, of course, but this could be very useful information. True. They're writing in... Gulp. British? Oh goodness, no, not British. Okay, so Bruce Fairplay would have now a motive to want Mr. McGilded to be arrested and sentenced to death, because if he was sentenced to death, there'd be no one to pay back his loan to. Anyway, I'm going to presume that's all there is to gather from that. So, yippee yahoo. And the accused made quite certain he had an ample recompense. Aww, poor old granny. Well, it would seem I've had the wool pulled over my eyes. Regrettably, madam, it's the modus operandi of the accused. And it's such a pretty little park, too. What a scoundrel! Still, maybe it's all for the best. Ah, wait a minute. Let's think about this a little bit more before we... I don't stand for nonsense. Uh-oh. Guilty. His ass is looking kinda guilty right now, I'm not gonna lie. Face palm. Desk palm. That was it. The last juror's decision. Oh yeah, also, if we don't find Mr. McGilded, innocent, then, we're going back to Japan. But if we find him not guilty, then we get to be a lawyer. Yippee! I forgot to mention that. That's a lot of paper. Ah, according to this Encyclopedia of British Law, when all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended, and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. That's what it says here. The final verdict. It's over them. Oh. There's a footnote, though. A footnote? However, the defense... All 6 members of the jury are now in agreement in the case. We don't care what you had to say. Tough. Allow me to convey my respect for your swift and righteous decision. According to the laws of this country, I will now conclude the trial by delivering my final verdict. I trust there are no objections? Oh, we're screwed. Mrs. Sato, just tell me one thing. Oh, yes? You were in the middle of saying something before. The footnote in your Encyclopedia of British Law? However, the defense... What did it say next? Oh, yes, of course. One moment. Oh, you closed the book. Why'd you close the book? Oh. When all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended, and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. Then the footnote says, however, the defense has the right to demand a summation examination of the jurors at this point. A what? Excuse me? Uh-oh. A summation examination?
Objection!
A summation examination? From which century has the tome you have there been resurrected? Ah. Judging from the binding, I would say that book is at least 50 years old. Any modern text on British law wouldn't even give such an antiquated procedure a mention. It's a relic, long forgotten and certainly no longer practiced. So you're out of luck. Oh. What even is it, Mrs. Sato? This so-called summation examination. Oh, one moment, and I'll read about it. Not from the start, I hope. You would demand the right to a procedure before you even understand what it entails. Typical Nipponese. Alright, Mr. Naruhodo, I think I understand. It seems that under this procedure we would be able to appeal to the members of the jury. To do what exactly? Appeal to them to change their leaning and reverse their decisions. And it says here that if successful, the proceedings of the trial must be resumed. Make them reverse their decisions? Yes, in times gone by, barristers would use a summation examination to attempt to influence the jury's decision. But that procedure became somewhat of a formality with no practical benefit, really, so it rather fell out of use. I wonder why. Because it was devoid of purpose. Changing just one member of the jury's mind would be hard enough, let alone several. No self-respecting defense barrister would even assert his right to try it in this day and age. Still. It seems like we ain't got much of a choice. I don't see any mention of the procedure actually being formally revoked. What are you suggesting? I'm suggesting that, although it may be antiquated and largely forgotten, it isn't yet extinct. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Summation examination. Our last possible option. Do we assert our right to carry it out or admit defeat? Ah, forget it. It's whatever. No, we're going to assert our right. Blam. The defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination, my lord.
Objection!
London is the capital city of the most powerful nation on earth. We have a duty to the world to exemplify the very highest standards of judicial procedure. Summation examinations are an embarrassment that should remain buried.
Objection!
Objection! Nuh-uh. But if it's alright, it's alright. I believe it could prove vital in this trial. The defense's petition is perfectly valid. The court will proceed with the summation examination. This is madness. Foreman, are you and the remainder of the jury ready? Eh? Well, I'm not, there was no mention of this in the letter I received, you see, so... All members of the jury will be asked to explain on what grounds they have reached their decision. On what grounds? You must all justify your decisions, explain why you believe the defendant to be guilty. Well, my lord, you're rather putting us on the spot. This is most irregular. No mention was made of this before. I don't really hold with all this justifying lark. That seems to have thrown the jurors off. It seems none of them have experienced this before. Alright then. The summation examination. A defense procedure no practicing lawyer has attempted for years, is it? Well, just maybe, it might be the opportunity we've been looking for to turn this trial around. So be it then. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court hereby calls upon you to state the grounds on which you find the defendant Magnus McGilded guilty of this most serious crime. It be time. Judicial findings. The juror's contentions. There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been him. I trust the driver. He has an excellent memory, it seems. 4 passengers, with fares totaling 20 pence. He sucked the chap next to him just like this. Brazen, I must say. Absolutely brazen. I have simply typed and collated all the statements made thus far and drawn the logical conclusion. You can trust the guild. Fair fares is our motto. We haven't raised prices above 4 pence for years. The scoundrel stabbing that poor man on the floor. It beggars belief. It beggars belief. Oh, whatever. I'm starting to wish I hadn't pushed for this now. Some of the jurors don't seem to have wonderfully formed arguments, though, do they? Well, let's see what we can do. We need to get these 6 people to change their minds. I have to throw everything I can at them and use some very persuasive language. Just a moment, Mr. Naruhodo. Maybe we should read what we're meant to be doing. Let me get my textbook up. According to my book, that's not quite how it works. Oh? I thought I was going to have to fool their icy minds with some heartwarming rhetoric about the defendant. Unfortunately, once the jurors have decided the defendant is guilty, they're unlikely to heed anything the defense says. But then, they've reached their conclusions by their own reasoning, you see. Your pleas will sound like excuses. In fact, it could recoil on you. The more you try to persuade them, the more entrenched they may become. Then what on earth am I supposed to do? Come on. Oh dear, I'm just citing what I've read about British law, Mr. Naruhodo. Right, I'm sorry. Do you have any idea how to make this work, then? Well, from what I can understand, the key to this procedure is using the juror's own words to make your arguments. What do you mean? Well, the 6 members of the jury are randomly selected members of the public. They may appear to present a united front, but the truth is, they are complete strangers who just happen to find themselves here in the courtroom together. And that's the way to break them down, you mean? Yes, exactly. We must listen very carefully to what each member of the jury says, and see if we can identify any contradictory statements. If we can, we then contrast the statements and pit the corresponding jurors against each other. I see, so it's contradictions of what 2 or more jurors say that we're looking for. In a way, then, this is similar to a regular cross-examination. Oh, yes, I suppose you're right. Find contradictions in their statements and pit the jurors against one another to break them down. Alright, might be able to put this off. No, that's not right. I have to put this... Where? I can't speak. I have to pull this off. Why can I not speak today? What is wrong with my ability to speak English? I am struggling severely. Ugh. Can we start proceedings, counsel? I would ask you take the stand for this. I'm expecting a clear and concise rebuttal. Yes, my lord. Ooh, we're going to get to take the stand. There we be. Jury examination. The defence's rebuttal. There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been him. Okay. I trust the driver. He has an excellent memory, it seems. 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 pence. Okay. He stuck the chap next to him just like this. Brazen, I must say. Absolutely brazen. I've simply typed and collated all the statements made thus far and drawn the logical conclusions. You can trust the guild. Fair fares is our motto. We haven't raised prices above 4 pence per year. Oh, ads come up in 5 minutes, everybody. Make sure to stretch, food, drink, restroom, all the stuff you need to do during breaks, and let me know what ads you get if there's anything that's interesting. The scoundrel stabbing that poor man on the floor, it beggars belief. Oh, hold the music. Oh, the orchestra. Oh, the trumpet. Or the trombone.
Hold it!
Gotta press. I really think you should stop waving that needle around. You heard what the good coachman said before, didn't you? That hideous man stabbed the poor fellow. Just like this. Yes, that is what he said, you're right. McGildy Park is such a lovely little place too. I've always enjoyed resting my legs there when I get on with my knitting. And I've had a thought that anyone who donates such a delightful place must be a fine fellow indeed. I suppose I was wrong. Whoever would have thought he was such a miserable, murdering moneylender with not a scrap of remorse? Oh, help. She is as sure as can sure that he's guilty now. That old lady certainly seems to know her mind, doesn't she? True. So, we just need to find two jurors with contradictory statements and put them against each other. Which is much easier said than done. Is that perhaps what you were thinking? How did you know? It says it here in my book. It says, Mr. Naruhodo is thinking about. Well, I took the liberty of doing some research in case you happen to find yourself in such a situation. Shall I read you what I found out? It's a little long, I'm afraid. Not right now, I'm fine. I have to rely on evidence right from the start. How will I get on later? No, I need to work this out for myself now. Is that perhaps what you were just thinking? How did you know? Well, that sort of attitude. It's most admirable, Mr. Naruhodo. I know what I have to do. Let's listen to those attestations one more time. Let's run it back. Oh. No one else inside the carriage at the time has to have been him. Certainly, the testimonies we've heard suggest the victim and Mr. McGilda were alone inside the carriage. Precisely my point. But would there be some other explanation? Something we haven't yet considered? Such as... well, perhaps that's something we could, work out together? Now, listen here. Maybe you don't know how things work around here because you're from foreign climes. But we're here to form our opinion as individuals, and I have. Why is everyone so offensive to me in this game? Oh dear, he doesn't appear to be in a good mood to consider an alternative point of view, does he? No, I'm going to have to pit the jurors against one another, like Sasato-san said. Finding contradiction to these 6 people's assassination is the only way I'm going to succeed. Okay, so I might as well not press on, is what you're saying. Trust the driver, he has excellent memory, it seems. 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 pence. Stuck it to the chap next to him. Typed and collated all the statements made and drawn the logical conclusion. In what sense? I want to know more from this woman here. What have you been doing all this time? What have you been doing all this time? There. I should have thought it was obvious. I'm recording everything that takes place as part of these proceedings. And what have you learned from that? For example, at this moment in time, the judge has used his gavel 11 times in total. The prosecution has snorted derivously at your mark 7 times in total. And I might add, each time you have gawped like a simpleton. Thank you. And what's the point exactly? So, anyway, madam, are you able to explain why you think the defense is guilty? That is a conclusion I have drawn as a result of the copious notes I have typed. Clearly, but I'm asking you to explain why you've drawn that conclusion. Please don't distract me, it makes it extremely hard to concentrate on my note-keeping. This is going nowhere. Oh. You can trust the guild. Fair fares and... Fair fares is our motto. We haven't raised prices above 4 pence for years. Oh. So, haven't you? That's how much it costs to take the omnibus? That's right. As the guild master, I decided to set a policy for all drivers across the city. 1 fare, no matter which bus you take or how far you're going. Oh. Please bring that back. They just got rid of that in real life. Actually, no, they got rid of it and then they brought it back and they increased the price by 50%. Ah. It used to be £2 to get a bus anywhere you wanted to. Nuh-uh. £3 now. Ah. Complaints from me. You have to compete with the rise of the motor car, you see. Us coachmen have to make a stand together. Okay. Motor cars, you say? Yes, and this murder of one of our buses extremely damaging to the cause. It's beyond the pale. It will lead to a decline in passengers, you mark my words, and it's all about that rascal's fault. He has to pay. Is it the crime of his buses he's more worried about? Anyway, every member of my guild is reliable and trustworthy. If the driver says he saw him do it, then that fellow in the dock is as guilty as sin. 50%? Yeah, it used to be £2, now it's £3. So, a whole pound up. What I would like to say, though, is we haven't raised our prices above 4 pence for years. He has an excellent memory. It seems 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 pence. That would show that 4 times 4 is 16. So that tells me there's a 5th passenger.
Objection.
Those two statements clearly contradict each other. They do. Explain yourself, Counsel. Me? Oh dear, what have I said? I swear on Silver Blaze's maiden name, I haven't I wouldn't say the foggiest idea, but the first idea what you're talking about. According to the group testimony we've heard, the ads are here. See you in 3 minutes, everybody. According to the group testimony we've heard so far, there were 4 passengers on the omnibus on the night in question. And according to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 20 pence in fares. Quite right. I have those precise details typed neatly here in front of me. And juror number 5 also told us the following. The fare for the omnibus is always 4 pence. That it is. A fair and convenient single price. Just the way London's carriages should be operated. But that doesn't add up at all. In fact, it leaves a glaring discrepancy in the facts. Why, man? Why? 4 passengers paying 4 pence each. If you do the multiplication... it would be 16 pence. Exactly. As I said, it doesn't add up. The figures are different. By 4 pence, in fact. Or precisely, 1 person's fare. 1 person's fare? Yes. In other words, on the omnibus that night, it's distinctly possible there was another passenger we've heard nothing about. Good gracious. Ooh, that's my theme song. Hit it. This can't be right. The coachmen of the guild are good, honest men. One and all, trustworthiness is our watchword. The figures your coachman claims most certainly do not add up. Your watchword, good sir, is a fallacy. I beg your pardon? Mr. Guildmaster, I think you ought to consider that if this trial were to end now, the news will surely spread all over London. The news that one of your coachmen tried to hide the fact he lets nefarious characters ride his omnibus. Alright then, how do I make it so this miserable trial doesn't end, Well, according to my book here, you simply launch a ball of fire into the innocent side of the set of scales. Now hold your horses there, coachman. We're all in agreement. Why do you have to go and... Wait till I get my hands on you, Beppo. Yo, that's my goat. 5-1. They can no longer conclude a guilty verdict. Hee. This is all very irritating. Begging your pardon, sir, I'm going to do the same. Yo, 4-2. Any more? For the love of Mike, not you as well. A penny can be the difference between a smile and a tear, after all. I certainly can't put my trust in someone who doesn't follow my exacting standards in financial matters. Oh, really? I, for one, think it's only proper that we hear from the witnesses again. Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo, you did it! If we can manage to change 2 more jurors' minds, we can force the trial to continue. 2 more. Actually, there is something else that's bothering me about a couple of their assertions. Then that's where you must strike next. I need to pit 2 more jurors against each other and show that there's another contradiction in their assertions. Exactly. You can do it. Wham. Well, the scales of justice have shifted, but they still weigh heavy on the side of guilt. Counsel, you have the floor again. Continue with your summation examination. Welcome back from ads, everybody! Hi, how y'all doing? Yep, okay. There was no one else inside the carriage at the time. Stuck into the chap next to him like this. Simply typed and collated. Scoundrel stabbing that poor man on the floor, it beggars belief. Okay, didn't happen. I mean, do I pit those 2 against each other? He stuck the... Oh, yeah, he stuck the chap next to him. And the scoundrel on the floor.
Objection.
Couldn't have been on the floor if he... he dropped his knife. Couldn't be on the floor if he stuck the chap next to him. He must have been sat in the seat. Hee. Yay. Those 2 statements are completely contradictory. What? Explain, counsel. Post haste. Oh, dearie me, I was only knitting a jumper for my other half. What is all this claptrap? What does contradictory even mean, I ask you? We've heard from more than one witness that they allegedly saw the actual moment when the defendant stabbed the victim. Now, out of curiosity, juror number 3. What? Can't you see I'm busy here? How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim? What sort of motion was it? Ha! Want to test me, do you? It was like this! Stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up, just like the prim banker said. Yes, that was Mr. Fairplay's testimony, quite true. Now then, juror number 6. Oh, is that me, is it? What can I do for you, young man? How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim, madam? Oh, well, dear, as far as I understand it, it was like this. He stabbed the poor man after he'd collapsed on the floor. The coachman said so. Now, don't move. Take a look at these 2 jurors. He stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up. And he stabbed the poor man after he'd collapsed on the floor. Well, I never. They're stabbing in totally different directions. What? Bless my stitches, what a muddle. What this tells us is you're all stupid. There's a strong possibility one of the witnesses isn't telling the truth. Oh. But why? Why the dickens would they lie? I don't know that yet, but what I do know is that if the trial ends at this point, we may never find out. We may never know the real truth. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, can you really let that happen in all good conscience? Lies, you say? Oh, dearie me. I can't abide people telling lies. Bonk. And we're level. 3-3. But the scales. I don't believe it. They are level. Yippee! Hold it. Wait! Now hear this, my fellow jurors. I warn you, you cannot listen to this man. Look at him in his black suit. He's clearly some devious Eastern sorcerer using magic on all of us. If I could use magic, do you really think I'd be putting myself through all of this? Answer me this, Dark Jinx. Huh? Me? What exactly is the problem? What if 2 of the witnesses have slightly different recollections of the events? What of it? Let's say the Shylock did stab the victim as he was sat next to him on the omnibus, and this young dandy saw him do it. And now let's say the victim collapsed on the floor, and then the Shylock stabbed him again, and this old lady saw him do it. Well, what to say it didn't happen like that, Because it didn't. Who are you calling a dandy, sir? Why, I should take this knife to you. Who are you calling old? Why, I should take this needle to you. They're ready to kill each other now. Oh my gosh, we're in Britain. Oh, I can tell everyone wants to stab each other. Yippee! Oh dear. But could the foreman of the jury be right? The 2 witnesses see different moments of the same crime? I think it's out of the question. Out of the question. No way, no how. Unfortunately, Mr. Foreman. Fortunately, George Foreman, the boxer, who has the grill after his name. You're wrong. What is it, you Dark Jinx? Come out with it. Why is everyone so offensive in this game? Whoa. Why did everybody not like me? What you're suggesting is impossible. It's out of the question. What are you talking about, man? How can you possibly say that? If you do realise that I'm only doing my job, as foreman of the jury, I have a responsibility to steer everyone in the right direction. So where's your evidence, man? That's what we want to see. I say the 2 witnesses saw 2 different moments of the same crime. If you say it's out of the question, show me some proof. I'm literally sticking to no accent for all of these guys, just getting whatever comes out of my mouth. Looks like the only way I'm going to convince him is to present him with something he can't dismiss. Some irrefutable hard evidence. As you wish. What? I'll give you the proof. It's out of the question that 2 witnesses saw saw 2 different moments of the same crime as proven by the autopsy report, because it says there was a single stab to the abdomen, not more than 1. This is the victim's autopsy report. According to what's written here, Mr. Mason was stabbed in the abdomen. Only once. Eh? Only once? It's quite simple. The victim was stabbed precisely 1 time. which means these witnesses can't possibly have seen it happen 2 different times. Alright. I concede defeat. Yay! Now the trial can continue. Wait, that means... all jurors are now leaning to not guilty. We've done it, Mr. Naruhodo. We've won! Well, we've won the right to continue the trial. Not won the court. What are you playing at, you dandy fool? Shut your trap, sir. No one deceives me. But we had a consensus. I said shut your trap. I know a liar when I see one. And if the chap ever dares to cross the threshold of my shop, I'll take this razor-sharp blade and shave every last hair off his head. Freaky art juror. Please tell me he's a barber. Well, in a quite remarkable turn of events, the defence's summation examination has flipped the balance of the scales of justice. The jurors now stand at 2 for guilty and 4 for not guilty. Accordingly, there is no longer a large enough majority among the jury for me to adjudicate, and the trial must continue. I hereby ask the defence, prosecution, and witnesses to return to their places, and I call upon all of you to continue to pursue the truth. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So, Lord Van Zeeks, continue to substantiate the case for the prosecution, if you please. Having savoured the rich aroma of the carmine contents of this hallowed chalice, it may seem crass to crush it to dust. Pray forgive the discourtesy. Lord Van Zeeks? Is it cold in here, or is it just me? As your antiquated tome no doubt says, the prosecution may not speak during a summation examination. So I honoured a deathly silence and listened to the charade. It seems I overestimated the intelligence of the jury. Well, no matter. There is nothing so hard to prove as a self-evident truth, it would seem. No. And why else would we grace the courtroom with our presence after all? So, let us proceed to the next round of battle. Bring forth the witnesses once more. Ooh, he don't take his cape off. Ooh. Sorry. Witnesses, I trust you heard the summation examination we have just had to endure. Oh, yes, sir, that I did. Of course I heard it. Oh, yes, sir, I heard it. You sat on the end, the coachman. I believe it's Beppo? Yes, sir, my lord, sir. It transpires that in your previous testimony you were attempting to veil the presence of a 5th passenger on your omnibus. You will be found guilty of perjury. You are advised to bear that in mind, sir. Oh mio dio. Wait, mio dio? Wait, is he meant to have an Italian accent this whole time? I've been giving him like a cold London accent? Oops, never mind. Never mind. Oopie. Now then, witnesses, I hereby call upon you to testify before the court again, to explain the various misgivings brought to our attention by the defence's summation examination. Witness testimony. We're back. Various misgivings. I only carried for 4 passengers that night, I swear it, but well, I for one was told I had to pay 5 pence for the bus. He fiddled us on the fare, he did. Then I saw that blood-curdling sight as well. It's all too much. I tell you, I saw McGilded stabbing that man. Everything I said before stands. Oh yes, yes, he stabbed him, he did. I think so, yes. Uh-oh. He's in trouble. Counsel, make sense of this for me, please. The phantom 5th passenger conjured into existence by my learned Eastern friend never existed. The confusion has arisen from the coachman's sly little cousinage. Beppo, explain yourself. I'm terribly sorry, Guildmaster. The Guild's fare is 4 pence across the board. You know that. Am I to understand that you've been overcharging our passengers by a penny a fare? A penny a fare? How could they? It's just so cold and the last run of the day is almost half empty. True. You've been dishonest, coachman. I'm so sorry. You're a disgrace, Beppo, a disgrace! And your selfish actions have brought dishonour on the entire guild. If I may, sir, I had to pay 10 pence on the bus just last week. What?! Oh my gosh. 4 passengers at 5 pence. Oh my gosh. 4 passengers at 5 pence each is, yes, 20 pence. Sorry if I burst out anyone's eardrums shouting. I've done the arithmetic 10 times already, but I just can't make the result come out differently. No, that figures. That makes sense. Well, it would appear that one of the aforementioned misgivings has already been explained, so Council of the Oh, why can't I say my words today? So, Counsel for the Defence, your cross-examination, if you please. We've already had the pleasure of a protracted summation examination today. I see you intend to continue the parlour games. Your voice really hurts. The parlour games. Yeah, it's like... It's just not working. Absolutely. Yeah, you heard me. I'm doing it. Stop me if you can. Various misgivings. Only carried 4 passengers, but you had to pay 5 pence for the bus. Put us on the fare. I tell you, I saw McGilda stabbing that man. I think I said before stands. That's true. So you saw the defendant, Mr. McGilded, stabbing the victim, Mr. Mason, who was sitting next to him. That's what I said, isn't it? It was bothering me before this was. For just a brief moment, he hesitated before answering the question. Anyway, there was only the 2 of them inside the carriage, wasn't there? There's been much talk of a 5th passenger, but as yet 0 evidence. Then what are we all wasting time for, eh? It's black and white. The man's guilty. Something about Mr. Fairplay's testimony just jars with me. Wish I could work out what it was. Oh yes, he stabbed him. Yes, he did. I think so, yes. Not long ago, this trial very nearly came to end. Somehow I meant to keep it going. I can't waste this cross-examination. I have to use it to bring some new facts to light. If you're not careful when you press these witnesses. The danger is that the jury will end up believing something unhelpful as they did before. Maybe, but we can't let this fear of that happening stop us from uncovering important new information. Live Susato reaction. Oh man. Yes, you're so right. I need to pay careful attention here. I don't want to miss even a flicker of a reaction among these witnesses. Remember, if you happen to spot one of the witnesses reacting in a strange way, don't hesitate to pursue them as to the reason. Only carrying 4 passengers at night, I swear it. I had to pay 5 pence. Put us on the fare and I saw that sight as well, it's all too much. Okay. Blood-curdling sight? You mean the murder, I presume? Yes, sir. A loathsome sight. No one should have to witness the horror in the eyes of a man the moment his life is taken. Oh, well, not exactly, sir. I mean, I didn't actually see the exact moment the gent was stabbed. Good gracious, really? We have another witness who did, however. The banker has already testified to it. But Mr. First didn't actually see the point at which the victim was killed. That may turn out to be very significant. I heard the banker gent next to me take a sharp intake of breaths, see? That's when I looked through the glass. That's when I saw the horrible blade poking out from his belly, all covered in blood. Every time I see a knife now, I can't help screaming, even when I'm eating. Uh-oh. I saw him stabbing that man. Everything I said before stands. Is that true? Saw him stabbing him? What I said, isn't it? Everyone else is fine, right? Probably before, for a brief moment. Anyway, only 2 of them inside the carriage, wasn't there? Oh, 5th passenger. What are we wasting time for? Black and white, the man's guilty. Yeah, it jars me, but I don't know how we're meant to... Oh. Oh, I didn't mean to... I didn't realise pressing right on the last person would just go to the next bit of dialogue. My bad. I mean, I should just press, like, all of them. But, like... Yeah... Okay. Only carried 4 passengers that night. You had to pay 5 pence for the bus. I mean, everyone on board that night paid 5 pence out of 4? Well, I paid 5 pence too, sir. And I just told you that I did. A flat fare of 5 pence across the board. It's not something to be proud of. So-called discrepancy my learned friend identified was nothing of the sort. Much like the phantom killer you so desperately needed, it's gone. Dead and buried. I'd have been happy if it ever existed in the first place. Right, nothing there. I saw him speak. I guess we got to press Beppo then. I didn't think we'd have to. I didn't think it was going to be that important. Earlier you testified that you saw the moment when the defendant allegedly stabbed the victim, didn't you? Oh yes, that's right. You said the victim was on the floor and described the assailant holding a knife and an ice pick grip. I suppose. I might have, you know, yes, put the cart before the horse, maybe. May have jumped the gun. Well, I'm quite sure about most of it. I was driving the horses when I heard a scream from the seats on the roof deck. Oh, I expect that was me, sir. That's when I turned around. Yes, I saw it through the skylight. The gentleman was on the floor and the knife was sticking up through his midriff. That's right, yes, and the fellow holding the handle was the famous man, yes. So in short, you didn't see the moment when the victim was actually stabbed at all. I really thought I did, but when I get over it again in my head, no, I suppose I didn't actually see... God's truth? True. I suppose I didn't actually see the precise moment of the stabbing, did I? Oh? May I pursue you, good sir? Excuse me. Excuse me, or what are you going on about? Do you have something to say about that, Mr. Fairplay? Now, you listen to me. I know what you're thinking. He didn't really see the exact moment the fellow was stabbed. What are the chances of that? Eh? Are you asking me or telling me? He's getting flustered. I might be able to extract some information from him if I answer him cleverly. Could he have just happened to see the exact moment the crime was committed? Some days are like that. No chance. Well, it's no hard to believe, certainly. Unless you spend your time peeping through a skylight on the top of an omnibus, that is. Peeping? I'm a responsible city banker, I'll have you know. And I know what I saw. I remember it as clear as a bud that day. It was a grim scene, I don't mind telling you. Thank you, Mr. Fairplay. Oh, excuse me, I was getting a little hard on the... I'd ask you to supplement your testimony with a clear statement about what you saw. Oh, I can do that alright. I'll tell you just how grim it was. Go for it. Do you think I'd forget the sight of those blood-soaked hands after the butcher stabbed the man? Would you be referring to these blood-soaked hands? Blood-soaked hands? Well, I admit that soaked may be laying it on a bit thick, but... But anyway, there was definitely blood all over them. Both of them were covered in it. Well, I'm very sorry to disagree, Mr. Fairplay, but that's just a little peculiar. What? Here are the gloves worn by the defendant, Mr. McGilded, on the night in question. Oh, yes, right. And there certainly does appear to be a sizable dark-coloured stain there, but as I'm sure you can clearly see, only on the right-hand glove. Ah! Oh, no. He'd be nibbling at his cane. What is he doing? In short, Mr. Fairplay, your testimony is inconsistent. But no, that can't be right. You're the liar here, then. Bro, that cane can't taste that nice. That's right, you were quite clear about it. You said, yeah, it was both hands. Bro, let the poor cane be. Mr. Fairplay, if your last statement was a lie, calls your entire testimony into question. You say you saw the moment the victim was stabbed, but is that really the truth? Well,
Objection!
It was a simple mistake. You can't justify accusing this man of lying. Yes, it wasn't both hands, it was only one, but the fact remains... The victim's blood was on the accused.
Objection!
No, Mr. Fairplay categorically stated that he saw blood all over both hands, which means there's a strong possibility that this witness was deliberately trying to mislead the court. Uh-oh. Well, why? I'm a city's banker, for pity's sake. My word should be the golden standard. I'm a gentleman, not some gutter snipe. Upstanding members of society don't prevaricate. What is with these long words? You claim to have no reason to lie, but is that really the case? Mr. Naruhodo, if you had some evidence to explain why Mr. Fairplay might be lying, it could turn the tide in this trial completely. I have the evidence. I think it's in this little ledger of mine. My lord. Yes, counsel? The defence is ready to present evidence. By Jove, are you sure? Yes, evidence that will clearly demonstrate why Mr. Fairplay had a reason to lie in his testimony. Uh-oh. Are you gonna start eating his cane again? Uh-oh. He thinks it's be raisin? Stupid joke. Very well, I hereby call on the defence to present its evidence. The evidence that demonstrates a motive for the witness's alleged deception of the court is the debtor's ledger, in which he owes 20 guineas to the defendant. This is a list of the debtors who owe money to Mr. McGilded. Yes, a list of innocent victims crippled by the accused's extortion. The point is, among the names of these debtors is your name, Mr. Bruce Fairplay. What? Mr. Fairplay, are you currently indebted financially to the accused? No, well, it's barely worth being called a debt. According to this ledger, you owe 20 guineas. A considerable sum of money, wouldn't you say? Well, what of it? Let's suppose Mr. McGilded were to be found guilty of murder. What would become of your debt in that case? These documents state that if the loan agreement is forged between two individual parties, therefore were the creditor, the defendant here, to be sentenced to a capital punishment, all outstanding debts which were owed to him would be annulled. They would cease to exist. Cease to exist? Mr. Fairplay, listen to me here. Is it not the case that you claimed in your testimony to have seen something you never in fact saw in a devious attempt to annul your debt of 20 guineas to the defendant? Ugh. Uh-oh. That was a loud noise that I can't do because my voice hurts. Order, order, order. Mr. Fairplay. Yes, my lord? Bro, he's not that fat. You can't call him your lord. Brother. Why? Let me ask you again, and be aware that your answer may have most serious implications upon your future, sir. Did you, or did you not, see the precise moment in time at which the defendant is alleged to have thrust a knife into the victim? Your silence speaks volumes. You did not tell the truth in your testimony. Alright, now let's not make a melodrama out of this. Perhaps I did overstate the truth a pinch. A pinch? It makes no difference. I definitely remember seeing blood on McGilded's hands, both of them.
Objection!
And yet, only one of the defendant's gloves, which we have here as evidence, is stained. So you keep saying. I wonder if I might be allowed to speak, sir. Go ahead, Mr. First. Well, the thing is, I think I remember seeing it myself as it happens. Seeing what? The blood, sir, on the assailant's hands. I think, yes. I'm almost sure that it was on both of his hands, not just one. What? What? Huh? It would appear that we're going to need further testimony from all you witnesses. This time, I would like to know precisely what you did and what you did not see. Do I make myself perfectly clear? Yas. Yas. Mr. Naruhodo, this is good news. The course of the trial seems to have shifted slightly at last. Yes. Might finally have a chance to turn things around here. I might finally be able to do as such. Witness testimony. What the witnesses really saw. There was blood on both hands of the assailant. I sincerely and distinctly remember that. However, I suppose you might say that I didn't see the exact moment the stabbing transpired, if that matters. I remember seeing the knife, and I remember seeing both of the attacker's hands with blood on them. I didn't actually see anything myself, no, not until I heard that scream. Anyway, the fact remains, oh my goodness. The fact remains, there couldn't have actually been anyone else inside that carriage, or at least we would have all seen. Well, if someone was sat opposite, you wouldn't have seen at all. Be out of your eyesight. I'm just saying. Oh my gosh. Oh, big stretch. Oh man, I'm tired. Only 8:30 p.m. It's not... I mean, I did stay up last night watching a movie, so I did get to bed quite late. And I did wake up quite early. Oh well, whatever. I'll live. I'll be fine. Actually, let's have a look at the people. I've not looked at them yet. Sato, Male Strongheart, Magnus McGilded, Barak Van Zeeks, Mason, Beppo, Bruce Fairplay, Lady First. I see. Well, lo and behold, in truth of fact, not one of you was witness to the crucial moment the crime was perpetrated. I apologise, my lord, but honestly, there was no one else inside that carriage, and the man's hands were covered in blood. That much incriminating evidence is tantamount to saying we saw the man do it. That's really not what testimony's about. Let's examine the interior of the omnibus once more. The victim's fresh blood is clearly visible on the seat, corroborating with the witness's accounts. In other words, there is no substantial nor significant change in the facts of the case. Very well. Your cross-examination, please, counsel. Yes, my lord. Yep. Can do. Cross-examination. What the witnesses really saw. There's blood on both hands of the assailant. I sincerely and distinctly remember that. However, I suppose you might say I didn't see the moment that the stabbing transpired, if that matters. I remember seeing the knife, and I remember seeing both of the attacker's hands with blood on them. Didn't actually see anything myself, no, not until I heard that scream.
Hold it!
You definitely saw that too, blood on both hands? Yes, sir. I mean, I know what you're going to say. Only one of Mr. McGilded's gloves has any sign of blood in it. That's right. The thing is, as far as I remember it, sir, when I looked down and saw Mr. McGilded sitting beside the other fellow, I don't believe he was wearing any gloves, sir. He wasn't wearing these gloves? That's correct, sir. That's correct, sir, but what were you trying to say? Because I accidentally skipped your text. And I saw the blood on both his bare hands quite clearly. True that the dark-coloured stain on the dark leather gloves wouldn't have been easy to see. I should point out that the police officer who apprehended the accused on the night in question reported that there was no trace of blood on Mr. McGilded's gloved hands. There wasn't blood on his hands? This is puzzling indeed. This must be significant somehow, I'm sure of it. Yeah, that makes no sense. Didn't see anything until I heard that scream. You didn't see anything? Oh yes, sir, that is to say, no, sir, I didn't. Very sorry about what I just said before, sir. Very sorry, yes. It was very wrong of me to make up stories and say I saw him stab the man. Wouldn't you agree, sir? I know what you're insinuating, but I certainly wasn't making up stories. Still, to say you saw nothing isn't right either, is it? No, sir, I saw nothing at all. Mr. Beppo, you were driving your horses. At the very least, you, must have enjoyed a good view of the London streets, no? Anyway. Oh, please, you didn't even see that. It was so cold that night, you see. It was all I could do is keep from passing out, sir. Yes, my head was fairly frozen solid, so sorry to say, sir. It would seem prudent to avoid travel on the last omnibus service of London's cold winter nights. Beppo! Anyway, the fact remains there couldn't have been anyone else inside that carriage or we all would have seen. I don't think that's right. Everything you saw on the incident was through the skylight on the roof of the omnibus. That's right. It was fiercely cold that night, but the glass wasn't frosted over. Oh yes, I remember I was shivering, it was so bitter. Rather begs the question on the pair of you were sitting on the roof deck in the first place. Well, I don't know about this young fella, but I couldn't enter the cabin. Oh, why not? It was locked from the inside. I tried knocking, but no one opened the door. It was locked. That's right, and it's a public service bus for pity's sake. That's not what I call fair play. Haha, like his name. Yes, I had the same experience. I tried knocking, but the gent inside just gestured at me to clear off. So I had no choice but to climb up to the roof deck and look down longingly into the warm cabin below. Well, I can assure you, I wasn't just looking down, I was glaring, long and hard. And that's precisely why I can tell you with absolute confidence that if there was anyone else in that at all in that cabin, I would have noticed. Say that again. Which bit? Unequivocal, I would say. Which bit was that, Willow? Which bit should we say that again? I'm not sure about these two witnesses. Could there really have been everything in? Could they really have seen everything inside the cabin through the skylight? No, because they couldn't see the chairs under them. I said that earlier. Allow me to confirm one thing, Mr. Fairplay. You were riding this omnibus. Oh, fair play. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of, not something else. Oops, my bad. And witness the events in the cabin through the skylight in the floor of the upper deck. Is that right? That's right, yes. In that case, there is a portion of the cabin interior that would have been out of sight from you. What? My golly, really? Obviously, at this stage we can't say for sure. But the possibility cannot be denied that at the times of the incident there could have been another passenger in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus.
Objection!
Objection. Enough enough hypothetical meandering, my Nipponese friend. The prosecution demands that you substantiate your claims. After all, the scene of the crime is here in the flesh. Ow. My throat. Very well, I will uphold the prosecution's demand. Oh my gosh, my voice is shaky. You will identify the area on the cross-sectional plan of the omnibus. Where exactly in the omnibus are you suggesting that the potential ex-passenger could have been seated? Well, here. On the other side of the omnibus, underneath where they were sat. Both rows of seats on the top face in the direction of travel. Whereas the seats in the enclosed cabin face each other. Which means the visible part of the cabin which passengers on the roof deck can see through the skylight is as I've drawn here. Bro, got the protractor out and everything? Ah, that's right, my lord. As you can see, or compass, yeah, protractor, whatever. The seat opposite the one on which the man and his victim was attacking... Yeah. The seat opposite the one on which the victim and his attacker were sitting is obscured from view. In other words, if someone had been sitting on that seat, it's quite possible that these witnesses would have been completely unaware of it.
Objection!
Good point. It's quite possible some phantom was sitting there. You Nipponese have a forbidding habit of obscuring the truth with ambiguity. Van Zeke, stop saying that. I concur with the prosecutor's rejoinder. In a British court of law, evidence is paramount. I cannot entertain this conjecture, counsel. That is, unless you're able to put a name to this mysterious passenger to whom you allude. Can you, Mr. Naruhodo? No. Honestly, don't know. Who could it have been? Who could have been in the other seat, which was out of sight from the witness on the deck? Well, what if it was the Lord Chief Justice or the prosecutor? Maybe it was Cisato. Maybe she was here 3 days ago when we were on the boat. No, I don't think we can. I have no idea. I literally have no idea. But as a proud citizen of the Japanese Empire, you will look to the sky and walk on, making sure all signs of tears are gone. Go on. This isn't just a case of going on, Mrs. Sato. Alright then, I'll go on. Defense would like to put forward a name. Oh, please. You are a fool. That response was a desperate attempt by a man who has no notion of his own limitations. A toast to hard lessons not yet learned. Let us not delay, counsel. The defense is still to name the passenger in the other seat. This could be it. This could be the chance I've been waiting for to turn my trial in my favour. On that night, on the night of the murder, The person occupying the seat in the omnibus cabin that was obscured from view was Mr. McGilded himself. Because if he wasn't the murderer, as we're saying he isn't, then he can't be sat next to the bloke when he stabbed him, which means Mr. McGilded must have been sat opposite. Thoughts? The passenger in the enclosed cabin that the witnesses on the roof deck failed to see has to have been Mr. Magnus McGilded. Mr. McGilded? What are you talking about, counsel? That's the name of the defendant. Yeah, that's right.
Objection!
If I desecrate this chamber by smashing my hallowed chalice, do forgive the discourtesy. Lord Van Zeeks, people talk of those tiny island nations in the Far East as having a learning and culture of their own. But I see they use the terms ill-advisedly. What are you trying to say? Let me explain in terms that even a student of an artless backwater such as yourself might understand. Ooh, chill. Chill, Van Zeeks, chill. When the bloody scene unfolded, the victim and his assailant were sitting side by side. Multiple witnesses have attested to the fact. It's the very premise on which this case is built. But that premise may be wrong. What? If the victim really was sitting beside Mr. McGilded, it creates an inconsistency that can't be reconciled in any way. What inconsistency, counsel? The gloves? Yeah, the defendant's gloves, my lord. Both witnesses made the same testimony. They claim that there was blood on both hands of the person sitting next to the victim.
Objection!
Yet we know the truth to be otherwise. Only one glove bears the gory remains. The point is, even in the face of this irrefutable evidence, both witnesses have maintained their stance. Yes, their testimony remains unchanged. Exactly, they both adamantly swear that they clearly remember seeing blood on both hands of the assailant. In short, their memory of evidence is correct, and their testimony reveals the truth. It was somebody else sitting beside the victim that night, a third party we've yet to identify. And the victim's blood was on that passenger's hands, both of them.
Objection!
And who was this third party? Obviously, the true culprit. Extraordinary. Obviously, I haven't got a clue, but the guy who did it. Order, order, order. What exactly are you postulating?
Objection!
The defense's postulation is just that, nothing more than conjecture. The witnesses have clearly stated they saw the accused.
Objection!
But when elaborating on his testimony, Mr. Fairplay said the two of them were wearing hats and I couldn't exactly make out their faces. Yes. The tops of their heads were obscured by the roof. I could see the rest of them though. Yes, that's right. Both gents were most certainly hatted. Hatters do tend to notice such things, sir. And what particular styles of hat did the two gentlemen sport, Mr. First? I'm afraid I don't remember. And you call yourself a hatter? Uh-huh. The style of hat makes no difference. There was no third passenger in that cabin. How can you be so sure? Because if there had been, the accused, Mr. McGilded, would undoubtedly have offered to dispose the fact. Unless that is you're proposing an even more preposterous explanation. That the accused failed even to notice the presence of the true culprit in the very cavern in which he travelled. Ah! He's right. If there was another person travelling in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus, it's inconceivable that Mr. McGilded would have been unaware of it. Order! There is clearly a simple solution to this problem. Bring the accused Mr. McGilded to the stand. Well, what say you, counsel? The prosecution objects, my lord. On what grounds? As a suspect, he will have already made a full statement to the police. But what if there's some reason he's unable to speak freely? Magnus McGilded is no uneducated ruffian. If it indeed turns out that the man has been withholding information, you can be sure it will have been a most deliberate act. Counsel for the defence, what is your opinion? My lord, have we asked Mr. McGilded to testify or not? Demand his testimony. He's the only one who knows. Yes, we need to hear what he has to say in order to find out the truth. The defense would like to call Mr. McGilded to the stand. In that case, I would like to hear the opinion of the jury. Yes, I need a little time to consider this. If you ask me, I think we should hear what Mr. McGilded has to say. Get the man out here, I say! It would be utterly illogical not to hear his testimony. When something needs doing, get it done. That's how I run things at the guild. Hearing what the patron of my favourite little park has to say? Oh yes, that would be lovely. Yes, the jury says that the man must be heard. Very well, the court will hear the defendant's testimony. Bailiff, show the defendant to the stand at once. Now, maybe what actually happened that night will finally become clear. Maybe, perhaps. Who knows? Shall find out. Oh, another voice I've got a voice again. Oh, my soul, my voice. Let proceedings be resumed. Mr. McGilded, have you been listening to this discourse of the day? To be sure I have, my lord. There are now two matters on which the court desires to hear from you. The first is whether or not there was a third party with you in the omnibus cabin, as proposed by the defence. The second is that if such a person was indeed present, why did you conceal the fact from the police? Begad, no, 'tis not my nature to hide anything at all. Just answer the questions, please. The truth of the matter is, I've been desperate about this all along. Why tell yous all or keep me mouth shut? Tell us what, Mr. McGilded? The fine fellow representing me is absolutely right. In the carriage on the night with myself was the other man, there was another passenger. It's true. Aye, and 'twas me who helped the little urchin get away after it all happened. You... What? No. Magnus McGilded, that convenient excuse can't save you now. I'm truly sorry, so I am, Lord Van Zeeks. I'm sure you'll be wanting to know why I said nothing when I was taken in by the police. I do be having a very good reason, I assure you. Which was? Well, the little child was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Not in any way involved, you see. What? If the police had known the wee one was there, they'd have assumed she'd done it. They'd have hauled her into this here courtroom just like myself. I'm only trying to spare her that. Young hearts and young minds easily damaged, my lord. And who is this young child of whom you speak? That I don't know. You don't know? Aye, well, the wee thing just happened to be in the carriage that night. I never saw her before or since. We have absolutely no reason to believe this man. The prosecution calls for the witness's statement to be disregarded by the court. You know, I wouldn't be surprised. The urchin isn't here in this courtroom as we speak. Listen to the proceedings. What? Ah, smoke! Fire! There's fire! Look, someone's trying to get away! After them! It's no use! I can't see for all this smoke! What's going on? Be careful, Mr. Naruhodo. Cover your face! Bailiff, don't let the accused escape! Secure the omnibus! I hereby call an emergency recess. Bailiff, ensure the defendant is in custody and clear the courtroom. We were hurriedly removed from the smoke-filled courtroom by the bailiff, amid scenes of chaos as people stumbled over one another in their desperation to flee the chamber. We had no idea what was happening. All we knew was that for the time being, at least, the trial was suspended. To be continued. Right. Now, originally, that was to be the part, trial part 3, in which I made my halfway point and called stream. But it's only been 2 hours 52 minutes. So I'm trying to think. Okay, I remember the transcript because I checked the transcript to check the trial length. I do believe this was the end of page 1, and then page 2 was the rest. However, yeah, I think this is the part when I was originally going to take the halfway mark. So whether it's halfway or not, I can't confirm that. But I can say this is probably a good stopping point. So I think we're going to stop there. Is what I want to say once I get through that bit. Thank you. Back to title. Don't save, we just saved. Yes, we just saved. Thank you very much. And with that, next time when we return, tomorrow we will conclude this trial, as well as playing something a little special. If we have the time, which we will. We will have the time. I'll make the time. Stream will start at 6 o'clock, not 6:30, because there's no Uma Musume. So disregard the fact that I said 6:30. I didn't realise there was no Uma Musume this weekend, so boo. Stream will start at 6 o'clock as normal, or 6 o'clock GMT, which is 1 PM Eastern Standard Time and 10 AM Pacific Time. I do remember the little child being under the seat or something or another. I do believe that's correct. But we shall see soon. We shall see next time. I think that's the case. From my memory, that's what I'm saying. That's why I opened up the seat immediately. That's what I remember. Either way, what I can say is that from that point, we shall continue this tomorrow and conclude the trial. I'm hoping that, considering we've taken 3 hours here for this first half, I'm hoping this is more than half. And we've only got like a third left. Maybe we've got 2 hours left. And then that gives me plenty of time for the rest of the stream. So, tomorrow, we are going to... Let me switch to the just chatting screen instead of chatting in this little corner. Tomorrow, we are going to be concluding this trial. And, at request of a certain viewer who wishes to torment me so, because they do, we're going to be playing a little indie horror game called Indigo Park. Apparently it only takes an hour to play, but that's what I was told about the Mortar Assistant, and I sucked at that game. So, let's try and allow 2 hours if we can. So, tomorrow, we'll be playing The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles and finishing Case 1-3, and we'll be playing Indigo Park and giving that game a try. After that, I will be away. I will not be streaming Friday. I'm flying to Florida on Saturday, on the 22nd. 22nd? Yeah, 22nd. And I will be back in the UK on December 7th. So, the next stream back will be December 8th. So, it's a bit of a stretch. However, I do want to say, I have seen a promotion come up recently, which I'm also going to bring up tomorrow. Twitch are running a promotion with Discord at the moment, which is if you've never subscribed to a channel before, and you want to subscribe for a month of subscription at Tier 1, or if you want to gift a sub to somebody, then it should, if you have not been to the channel before, or not gifted to the channel, or not subscribed to the channel before, it should give you 3 months of Discord Nitro for free. Now, it's available in the chat description below, so feel free to check it out. I do believe that's the case. So if you are at all interested in getting Discord Nitro very soon, then get it for free. Get 3 months for free with a single subscription. You're not going to get Discord Nitro for free at $5 for 3 months. Nuh-uh, no way. It's a great deal. So that's the only reason I'm bringing it up, because I think that's a really good deal. And I don't normally bring things up when they're like, oh, we're doing this promotion, Twitch, yada yada, because most of the time I don't think it's all that good. But I will say September I think is normally good, and I think this is a very good deal. So if you didn't partake in this deal last year, and you wish to, feel free to support your favorite streamers. I'll be back tomorrow. And on that note, thank you for joining stream, thank you for coming, and I shall see you all tomorrow at 6 PM GMT, 1 PM EST, and 10 AM PST Pacific Time. Thank you very much. I see y'all later. Bye everybody, thank you for coming to stream. That's not what the screen should look like. I forgot to put this bit back on. It should say stream ending. Silly, silly. Bye everyone. Bye Willow. Bye Soapy. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you all for chatting. Thank you all for lurking. Thank you all for being here. See you all tomorrow. Bye bye. Bye bye bye. Bye bye bye.